Oh, I don't know if some. Uh, I can hear me. I can hear me. I can hear me. Well, that was a stupid thing. I don't know. So it's just me they can hear, which is great. For some reason, I don't know. Let me see if I can't play around with this. Do you need me to say anything?
We figure it out, guys. I say like I can't fucking be her.
All right, give me a second, everybody. Oh, there we go. All right, cool.
We can hear? You can hear us? You can hear
Yeah,
me because I'm the most important part of this game.
you are.
Not really.
No, no, it's very, very true. Because
Waiting for confirmation.
hardware computer in the dish was damaged. Oh, yeah, no,
You're
don't worry.
right.
Let me.
It just happens. I
But
haven't got a hold of things.
so wait, Kuvanet, can you confirm audio is good? Or I don't know, somebody.
I don't know. Twitch doesn't like me, so I can't open it. Go for launch.
Go
Fantastic.
for launch.
Cold start, everybody. Hi, welcome back to TVK Roleplay. I am Meg Mystery and I will be your game mother for this evening for our fourth installment of the Hubris of Man, a frontier war campaign based on the Colonial Marines Operation Manual from the Alien RPG published by Free League Publishing. Yes, I'm aware that is a very long sentence. So before we get down to business, there's a few things that we need to address. This campaign has an action horror basis, so general warnings include gore, violence, death, biological warfare, and if you're not familiar with the alien universe, a very nasty monster with metal teeth that might make you a meal or it might make you a host. In regards to that, we do have a number of safety measures in place for our players. Unfortunately, there's only so much we can do for you as viewers. If something comes up that you're uncomfortable with, we encourage you to step away for a few minutes and come back when the scene has passed, or if you need to, stop watching entirely. We won't hold it against you. Now, let's go ahead and get to know these lovely people joining me on screen this evening. They're definitely the linchpin of this whole operation. Let's go ahead and start with that top left corner. And while we're at it, why don't you tell us what you guys are thinking as the alarms around you are blaring and Mother's gone offline?
Starting with me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, hello everybody. I'm Legendary Vermin. Tonight I am going to be playing Lance Corporal P.B. Blackbird, and in the words of Eddie Izzard, sometimes the nights are too long and the heels are too high, so the job piece is coming off this evening. I think Phoebe is thinking it's very simple, but classic. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. As she scrambles to issue orders to make sure we don't crash into a planet and get dead.
Getting dead would be very bad. So let's move it right along.
Alright. Hey, I'm Scally V. I am playing Private First Class Irving Creed tonight, the medic of this little ragtag gang. And yeah, more or less same sentiment, you know. Oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck. Wait, what's happening? And probably scrambling to make sure his crew's okay. Eye on them. Also, I'm sorry if I'm clicking, I didn't realize. But yeah, let's move on.
Well, if you insist, everybody, I'm Turk. I'll be playing Private Corey Lapata, your Comtech specialist for the evening. He is so cool right now. Everything's fine. It's not like the main computing system that connects us to the rest of the UNSC and, frankly, the rest of the galaxy is completely shut off. And I mean, that's something that should never be able to happen. Totally not freaking out about anything at all. I'm just going to casually get all my tools in place, and you're not going to see me for a while because I gotta go into the guts of this thing and see if I can't, make her purr again, because that's not entirely scary at all. You don't mind me if I take a quick drink with me too?
Janie Potts 75. I'll be playing Hunter. I can't believe I forgot my name. I was trained for this. I should be able to handle this. I am not freaking out. I'm not wondering if I'm going to make it out of this at all. No, I'm just going to make a really, really long report, right? I'll be able to make my report. I'm fine.
You have to live to make the reports, man. These are the rules.
Exactly.
You can't die until the report's done.
I don't think this is part of the training video, though.
You know, maybe not. But you have to come to expect things when you're on the war front. So, with adrenaline coursing through your veins, you all leap into action. At Lance Corporal Blackford's command, some of you take off running. Martinez and Lapata bolt in different directions as the pilot starts to panic over never flying a ship this big before, and our comm-tech expert sweats at the idea of trying to repair Mother after struggling so much with Ivan.
Mm-hmm.
After giving instructions to Hunter and Creed, Blackford also takes off towards the helm of the ship. The medic and the CVRN expert, enlisting the aid of their now willing allies, quickly relocate Babak and Pichilemo to medical quarantine. Creed starts on what tests he can conduct without coming into any more contact with either of the two bloated and ill-looking patients, all the while resisting the urge to eject them into the cold void of space, while Hunter pulls the remaining survivors into a closed-off room to begin questioning to find out what exactly happened to the new colony and Oregon facility. I definitely meant to have something else going. There we go, for dramatic effect. Alarms continue to blare and the ship rocks. You can feel it shifting as it's pulled into position to return fire or run. The distinct and deafening hum of the particle beam coming online and firing indicates the former, while Martinez gets on the comms and shouts, "Lapata, Phoebe and I both want to know what the hell is taking you so long."
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought when we were just, when you got your finger on the pulse of the biggest lady of all time, you should take your sweet minute with it. Come on. Give me a second.
Well, we don't exactly have a second. We're staring face first into a Kremlin.
Ooh, that's real scary. You know what else? I'm about to get so high voltage, I'm going to get superpowers after this. Very least, I better get laid. Fucking hell. Feel damn right and proper ripping around in a lady's guts.
Phoebe, as soon as Lapata gets off topic, I think that there are like warning sectors where she can hit like just an alarm or like a bell or a blare or an air horn, just to be like, bam, to remind him, hey, this is urgent.
Mm-hmm. I know it's urgent. That's why I'm talking a whole bunch. So I got my rubber ducky here, except I lost my rubber ducky and I had to use this little race car instead. So, it's kind of going.
Bam.
Fine, I'm just going to do my job then. You keep doing yours. Why don't you shoot at something? You're good for it, blaring sirens in my ear, shooting things.
Are the guns online?
Guns are online. You have started return fire.
You feel the ship rumble as she does exactly that.
Oh, look at that. Fucking tell me what to do. Can't you fucking shoot the thing right now? I gotta figure out what goddamn cord goes in what. This is a fucking USB? Christ.
The comms are still open.
Yeah.
There's a tyranny of swearing going back and forth.
There's a fucking floppy just get here!
After a struggle in a couple of minutes, just like that, Mother's sweet, sweet voice comes back online. The blaring alarms stop, and she rather quickly adjusts and assesses the situation. Preparing to disengage from combat, engaging thrusters, brace for change in velocity.
Mm-hmm. No, you get on top for a minute, Mom. You good.
And as Mother seizes control of the ship, you feel a sharp adjustment as it shifts, and a shudder as you all brace for the sensation of a plane taking off, multiplied by maybe 10 or 15. After a few minutes, Mother announces, out of range of the identified Kremlin-class destroyer, SSV Zhukov, assessing damage. Lapata, while you're still in the server hub of Mother's system, lets out a ping, indicating upload complete. And rooting through it, it's that upload that Ivan was broadcasting to the Zhukov. You start seeing data about Oregon facility and some of the things that they were doing pour across the screens. As much of a pain in the ass as that whole encounter was, well, it looks like your mission was a success.
Oh yeah, no. I'm gonna get that first class fucking promotion at least.
At the same time as everything starts to come back online, an alert in medical informs Creed that the testing done on Mishka's arm is complete. A look over indicates a mixture of trace metals common to synthetic parts, ships and stations, and some trace organic life. An analysis of that organic material indicates that it's from Alto 7, a planet also referred to as Pandora.
Don't like that.
Your observation of the back and the major continues, the unconscious man slowly curling into a fetal position, while the woman puts as much distance between her and him as she possibly can in that small space for quarantine. You can hear her mumbling, "That's what the others look like before turning into that thing's eggs. Is that going to happen to me?"
Eggs? Wait, eggs? Is it gonna happen to you? Should I, roll medical real quick and give her a check?
Yeah, if you would like to go ahead.
Yeah, let's do that. Get over here with your talk about eggs and shit. Alright. Oh. Well, that was 2 successes, but that's also 2 stressy boys.
It's also 2 stresses, so I need you to make that panic for me, please.
We still haven't
First
recovered
roll.
from this time.
First roll of the night, lads.
Oh, that's actually okay. Ish.
Ish. Let's double check what that is on the table here.
Low is good. 12 is good. Maybe.
If I can find where my table is. There we go.
There we go. Stress and panic.
So it is mostly a lot of you just freaking out and kind of panicking as like talking to yourself as you go through these tests, trying to figure out, okay, well, is she gonna turn into a fucking egg? I don't know. And as you're kind of letting that stress out, your stress level does go down at the expense of making her start to panic.
It's fine. It's not my panic anymore.
Hmm.
You just transferred panic. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm a doctor. I'm not a doctor.
You're working on it.
Yeah.
But
You're like a diet
Well, you-
doctor.
Yeah.
what you find from an analysis, you'd gotten some blood samples earlier. You'd actually pretty much walked her through how to draw her own blood sample and Vivek's. The analysis of that shows that whatever toxin had initially been in her system that you had recognized and treated beforehand on the planet has, for the most part, filtered out. It's as if the equivalent of her fever broke. So even though she still looks a little on the ill side, for the most part you can gauge that she's gonna be fine.
I'll relay that to her, being like, oh, well, whatever was going on doesn't seem to be going on anymore, so, you're good? Question mark.
Okay, are you sure there's nothing in me or him for that matter? And some additional scanning shows that there are no foreign bodies in either her or Babak.
Well, unless this thing's malfunctioning, which I sure hope it ain't, seems like whatever's been going on got flushed out of you guys' system, so
And
I'm sure this is a vote of confidence.
she's doubtful, but she can see the same screens that you're working on, so she's relieved. And finally just kind of slouches against the wall and tries to take a breath and calm herself. Babak is still kind of curled up and stiff for a while, but eventually the same thing happens with him. His fever breaks and slowly and very awkwardly regains movement in his limbs from the forced rigor mortis.
I'm guessing, like, yeah, you said the readings on him were hunky-dory, right?
He's fine. Everything's flushing out of his system, so you're not quite sure. You know that there was a toxin present, but you're not quite sure what's different between their cases and these supposed cases of others being turned into eggs. There's a missing factor here that you're not quite sure of.
Yeah. All right. Sure. That's fine.
And
yeah. Don't really have anything else to add to that then.
And after Mother comes online, hey, welcome Cole with that raid. As Mother comes back online and starts running diagnostics, Martinez indicates to Phoebe that she's going to stay in the command center and to basically just make sure everything's running correctly up there. And you are welcome to move about and do as you please. But before we come back around to where you might be heading, let's just stop in on Hunter for a moment. Hunter, your obsessively thorough questions have started to annoy these survivors, but at least two of them are biting their tongue about it, trying not to get on the bad side of one of their rescuers. Min and Alonzo both inform you that they were simply a technician and a mechanic, respectively, that were at the facility when all hell broke loose. They and a number of others at the facility were running around trying to get communications out and figure out what happened to the colony. It didn't take long for them to realize that they'd been locked out. Everyone had. All they could do was really wait for somebody to get Ivan's signal and show up. But then people started disappearing. One by one, survivors were plucked away into the shadows or dragged off by the deranged Joes. It very quickly became a game of hide and seek as they tried to figure out how to get out, figuring they'd be able to fix one of the vehicles and get out of the radiation haze to the accipiter, which thankfully they had been working on that, giving you guys a way out. You were able to get to the accipiter and take off from the planet before everything was nuked. The Major was on board with that, Major Pichelimo, taking some of the bolder risks with maneuvering through the facility, while Bolshoi and the Joes were still hunting. Min says the Major got snagged by Bolshoi after bringing her a part she needed and dragged off, likely to be turned into one of the eggs in its nest. Tanya has a little bit more information on that part, having braved the trip through the gulag to get to the medical bay and seeing the horror firsthand. She thinks that Babak is going to share their fate and turn into one of those things that were plastered against the wall. Alas, the scientist is quiet until questions start being asked and he gets pressured, asked about what he was doing. He says at one point, when the Fighting Joes started to act haywire, he tried to get to Ivan but was forced out. He found a refuge in Workshop B until Tanya tried to confront him, a fight that you all interrupted, and a fight that quickly gets picked back up. Tanya starts tearing into Belaz, berating him with questions and accusations. An entire colony gone. Families, my family, gone. So that you could cover up the mess you made of things with your precious chump. I don't think I pronounced that right, but it's fine. Hiamaf. Hiamaf is the word.
Hiamaf.
Hiamaf. Phoebe, where are you heading?
I am probably heading back to check on Phoebe, or not Phoebe, Aaron and the survivors. Phoebe's me. Boy.
You can check up on yourself. It's very important.
Do just a self-mental health check. It's all good. It's a very stressful situation you were just in. So then you walk in this argument, and you and Hunter are welcome to step in at any point as Belaz starts to argue back with Tanya. The UA unleashed those things on the colony. They're the reason that thing was in the testing facility. All I tried to do was study it before it started to overrun us. He looks at both of you. They are the ones that nuked the colony.
Question. What do you normally go to Workshop B during the day? I know we went through this, but I just need to get this from you again.
One of my primary places of work.
Quick question, Game Mother. Did we nuke the colony? Us? Were we aware that that was, our missile?
You are not aware.
We have no idea what nuked the colony beyond that. General Vaughn wanted us to go check it out. And I have some thoughts on General Vaughn, which I'll share later.
So Phoebe's like, whoa, that was not us. Or at least, if it was not anyone on this ship. It wasn't anybody here. Yeah, I think she'll kind of leave it there. Oh no, she'll get a little spicier. Don't go throwing fucking accusations at us, okay? She's rapidly signing and kind of stepping to him. Because he's a little scientist, man, and she's a big gun woman.
Hunter is just asking all these random questions, like, what was your schedule during the day, your normal day? It's just writing all this down.
Exceedingly thorough questions.
Yes, she's getting a complete picture.
What did you have for dinner the day before?
She did ask that about 5 minutes earlier.
Oh, Christ.
And Balaj just kind of steps back with his hands up. He's like, even if it wasn't you, it was your badge, your military. You're in our territory. You're the ones being hostile here, not us.
How tall are you, Belaz? I need to write that down in my report.
I'm sorry. It's very hostile of us to pick you up off of a planet where we could have left you to die or exterminated all of you and carry you off of it before the whole thing gets nuked again. Pretty hostile. I'm here on a mercy mission anyways. Aaron, come with me.
She was getting ready to measure, so she puts the measuring tape back in her pocket and will follow you.
And she kind of Phoebe signs to her where to go, and then turns back to the other survivors and is like, "You're welcome."
Anya actually follows you out. She's not being aggressive with you, but seeing that you very clearly are not listening to Blaz's shit. Pauses and tries to get your attention before you storm off down the hall.
What is it?
You're right, he's full of shit. I gave that medic of yours data files on the whole project he was running. He might try to tell you it was the Fighting Joes, but it was actually a bioweapon. Pumped it into the colony's ventilation to see which of our abominations would win. And if you ask me, both of our scientists should be shot and everything they've done exposed. As a reminder, you guys did hear Babak directly admit to having knowledge about the xenomorph Bolshoi, and seemed to actually be quite familiar with how it operated.
And there were, in fact, two of them that were aggressive to each other, the neomorphs and the Bolshoi.
Yep.
Monster.
I'm definitely going to write this down, and I think it probably fills in a few. Like my questioning was really annoying, but I probably could get a better picture of what he says happened versus what actually happened by filling in any holes, I think.
I think Phoebe's direct response is, "You're not wrong. I can't think about this right now. I have to survey the rest of the crew, but you're not wrong."
For what it's worth, the rest of us are thankful.
For what it's worth, I appreciate it.
No, please don't hold it against me if I go kick the shit out of him.
Pretty sure he had the shit kicked out of him before we even saw you. Walks off.
Hunter follows, not writing that part down.
Don't want to paint your CEO in an incriminating light.
No, I didn't see anything. I was busy taking notes of other things.
You gotta look up and look down. You just missed the whole
Yeah.
exchange. Weird.
Yeah. Funny how that happens.
Right. So you guys lead the survivors to their little room where Tanya and Balaz may or may not be continuing their argument. What are y'all doing?
Well, seeing as there's no bar on this place yet, I want to go see where the hell Mother got us out to and regroup with anyone else so I could talk to something beyond a rubber duck and some wires.
You do know one of the soldiers from the other unit actually does smuggle moonshine onto the ship every chance he gets.
I think in that case I'll go one of those little hidey holes and see if I can't just hang out in the oh gosh, what's it called? In our around the personal lockers and ready room and just get ready for them all to come back. Just sweet space Jesus. Oh, this shit, man. Hey, Mother, where the hell did you send us out to anyway? Mother?
We are
Oh, there you go.
we are in path for Way Station Eureka.
What do I know about Way Station Eureka? Ugh.
It's one of the kind of hotspot way stations that's like right at the edge of the border region. It's pretty much the last stop that you get hit before going into enemy territory.
And that's the closest place you could think of? Couldn't, like, pull us back somewhere sunny with a beach?
I'll make a note of it. We'll see what the general has us do.
Well, you could always claim reprogrammed you and put some bad data in to make you have a general desire for more tropical locations for drops. I don't think anyone would blame you.
Phoebe, elsewhere in the ship, like, turns to Mother and does her, like, signal, and signs, "Hey, Mother, make a general announcement for the crew that's awake. We're going to meet and debrief that mission."
Where would you like to meet?
Somewhere that is thoroughly informal. Probably one of the empty, like, staff bunk rooms.
Everyone else is away.
Our like big commanding officer is like off ship, right?
Everyone's out.
Okay, so we're gonna meet in the cushiest office where we don't normally get to hang out.
Casados' place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hacked
We're gonna be
into
Casadas's-
Casadas's room.
Had to check everything, make sure stuff was in order. We had a hard turn in space. Could have flung things everywhere.
There was a malfunction with the wiring. You had to go in and fix it. But Mother does make the announcement requesting the available crew meet you in staff quarters.
So now Hunter's like rushing to staff quarters, trying to write a report at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, what's going on where Creed's at? We still. How's his patients looking?
Better and better as time goes by. The back is still very awkward, and the major is looking a bit healthier. If you wanted to at this point, you could let her out of quarantine, but that is, of course, your discretion as the medical officer on the ship.
Nah. So after Creed hears the announcement, he's like, "All right, I know the reading said you're good, and I do 70% trust that, but I gotta go, and I'm not gonna leave you guys sitting or wandering around here while I do this meeting." So he like digs into like one of his pouches, and he's like, "Here's a bottle of Tylenol." He puts it on the floor, and he's like, "You guys stay here. If you need that, go ahead. I prescribe however much you want to take."
There's a little fucking like airlock box that you can put things into. You just tuck the prescription Tylenol into it and shut the door.
Yep. All right.
And she's like, "Do you have anything stronger?"
Listen, I'm not
Something-
a doctor.
2 Tylenol.
Okay, but
Yeah. Here. You're right. I got extra strength Tylenol. There you go. I'll be back. Don't
you have
worry.
any isopropyl alcohol on here?
But she doesn't need to know that. I'm saving the good stuff for us, so they can just deal with the Tylenol. Nope, sorry, can't hear you through the wall anymore. I gotta go to the meeting. Bye. And with that, he just kind of shuffles away and then hurries away and is, yeah. Just kind of looking back over his shoulder a couple times here and there.
All right, so you guys collectively make your way to Cassidos's quarters. Lapata toting a couple of bottles of that smuggled moonshine.
Phoebe.
Sergeant Wilkes isn't gonna miss
for
it.
a couple of cups. And it's like, bless you, Lapata.
I am nothing if not the patron saint of debriefing. And cooling off after missions. Wink.
Phoebe's like, stay cogent for now.
I'm perfectly cogent. Ask Mother, I'm steady hand.
So I have a preliminary report if you need it.
Phoebe signs, I can't read.
That is a good preliminary report.
Preliminary report is file that with somebody who gives a damn.
Okay, well, I can read it to you all if you like.
Oh, no.
Oh, I don't.
Are you sure?
Mm-mm.
I spent like the whole time writing it.
No.
And that's super nice of you.
I can read it to you if you like.
No.
I think what she means to say is we are good for the moment. Thank you so much, but you should hand that off to Lieutenant Casados as soon as we get back.
You're so good. Just
okay. I can add more pages
later.
I'll add more pages.
Yeah. Show it to Casados with more pages.
Yeah. Cassidos wants to see it.
Casados.
We have a bunch of research that on both of these creatures, and it was put to me by one of the people we picked up that both our scientists should be shot and everything that they did revealed. And I'm of a mind to agree.
Right.
But that's not a call I'm willing to make by myself.
Well, I finished my interviews. I mean, I can question them again, but I have no more use for them.
Right.
How do you phrase that?
But
no more use for my report, I should say.
If we're just talking about often Balaz or Balaji, I don't know what his name is. I wasn't really listening. I was too busy with the explosives, you understand. Anyway, if we're just talking about often him, that's fine. I still think Ivan was able to get most of that information to Zukov anyway, and Project Life Force is still probably going to be full steam ahead, whether we lose our fella Babak or not. So I mean, shoot him if you want to. If you want to, get the hots for your from this new lady friend of yours, but I don't see it doing much good other than leaving us with some more empty pages. Those military executions are so drab.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right. I'll touch base with Mother. I'll figure out where we're headed next and where we can drop off our newfound friends.
What are you drinking, by the way, Zapata?
Oh, this is disinfectant. Certainly. Military rations for disinfecting your insides. We are in a highly caustic area with a lot of toxins and microorganisms and infection. Creed will back me up on that. You need to cleanse yourself.
Oh yeah, totally. Disinfectants like good old alcohol cleans out the system real good.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you take a swig?
Sounds good to me.
Phoebe just says, "It's alcohol, you fucking square."
Don't tell her that. Now she won't drink any. It's not regulation.
Phoebe's
just
gonna
really
pour her a
career
cup
focused.
anyway and just push it into her hand and, like, shut up. You can drink it, or you can tell no one. Those are your two options.
Cheers.
Cheers. So we spacing some scientists or not? What's the call, ma'am?
Yeah, what is the call?
No vacuum cannon today is how she signs it.
Well, speaking of vacuum cannons, we got those buddies of ours in quarantine. They seem to be doing all right. I don't like it. They didn't have any more infection going on. I left them in quarantine. I'm not going to leave them
Good.
unsupervised.
Good.
But what say we take a look maybe at this little doodad here that got handed off to me on the dying planet.
Doodad?
Maybe get some more information and see
Oh, yeah.
how we really feel about these scientists.
Let's open that up.
I think
Story
the drink
time.
is too strong.
Oh, it's too strong.
I think so.
I don't know about that. I think it's exactly as strong as it needs to be.
I was going to even say it might not be strong enough, but you know.
I'll try
it's-
some more, but I think it's too strong.
Here.
And Creed will actually be like, Lapada, can you do anything with this?
Probably.
All
Why?
right,
What you need me to do with it?
see what's on it.
Well, at the moment, it's a blank screen. I got what you mean. Yeah, no, I'll don't know, pull up. What kind of? What is this, like a pad? Is it like a?
It was a
like
cassette, wasn't it?
It was the equivalent of a floppy disk.
Oh, okay.
God, damn, I knew it.
Love a good floppy disk.
But it's basically a disk set that you could put into any receiving computer that you can upload data onto.
So, Lapata's that kind of nerd. He probably has some retro tech around or knows where to get this set in, right?
Oh yeah, easy.
Okay, cool. I'll get that set up and spooling and just kind of wheel it over or put the system down so everyone can take a peek at it. What I assume is like some old brick of a screen.
So what comes across that is a lot of the same stuff that you saw with the upload from Ivan that Mother was able to ghost.
Mm-hmm.
It details yes, it does confirm that they were doing some experimentation with what they've dubbed Fighting Joes, the modified working Joes that you all encountered planetside. It has some of Ivan's initial orders. But the big thing on it is Project Yomop, which is associated with the Dark Star program.
Now, if I recall, that was the project that had helped inspire Project Life Force, or was like a part of it or something?
Vice versa.
Hmm.
Dark Star was started in response to Project Life Force. And it kind of goes into talking about that as well, how they had gotten hold of some modified gene codes and ended up creating what they've dubbed neomorph modes, or the Heomops. Heomops is a almost microscopic organism that dwells within an egg sac, essentially. And once that egg sac bursts, the little motes fly out and infect whatever organic life form is closest, usually a humanoid or an animal. infects them and it causes them to transform in a very nasty manner. Much like how you saw with how something burst from the prisoner's chest from way back when you started dealing with this whole shit show. It goes up the spine and bursts out of the back.
Did we already test? Did we test for that when we tested the guy?
All the scans for that Creed did, the blood screenings, the external scans, all of that came back as they're pretty much clean outside of.
Confirmed no
We were
baby.
scanned for that microscopic creature.
They do not have it,
Confirmed,
as far as you can tell.
Confirmed no baby on board.
Oh my god.
Confirmed no baby on board.
I still don't trust this.
Neither does Phoebe Blackford.
You make that mistake once and only once.
Mm-hmm.
One time. One time I let a dude on board, didn't quarantine him properly. Now I got aliens coming out of my ass.
Yeah, should probably get that looked at. Not by me.
Isn't that your job?
Yeah. I need a doctor, not a bad nurse.
Well, I'm not
But-
a doctor. Got that part right.
The information does continue. It does state that Velaz was the head of that project, and that he accessed the samples of the motes that were being kept at the facility, and that he did use them within the colony. There are records that yes, there was other life forms within the colony, presumably the biodrones that were set loose on the colony. It also shows that there was an order made to Ivan by Velaz to issue a low orbit nuke.
This motherfucker. This little shit.
So, sorry, to be clear, because we're going back into who made what. Project Dark Star / Project Tiamoth created the neomorphs. By the readout of indications, is that the small things that were chittering around the city, or the Bolshoi?
That was the white organism.
The singular one, because I know there was multiple that jumped in afterward.
There were multiple. It indicates that they work in stages. Okay, so there's the motes, which is the egg sac, which is the starting phase. Then there's the infestation, where it gestates. And after it leaves its host, that is a juvenile. And then once it gets bigger, that is an adult. What you all heard, according to the documentation that you got, those little chittering and hoots that were going off around you in the radiation haze, those were juvenile neomorphs that, for some reason, just did not die. Much like Bolshoi, just did not die. And you got to witness one grow to adulthood and go after Bolshoi.
Miracle of life.
So Bolshoi was not the one of the Hemoths that was described in the project. A description doesn't match. Gotcha. Okay.
Bolshoi looked a lot like the thing that you had to fight on your ship.
That's what I figured. I just wanted to make
It was
sure.
just a lot bigger.
Gotcha.
So let me get this straight. These space friends, these parasitic organisms, they evolve very rapidly, go through several stages of life, a nuke doesn't seem to have much effect on them, if any. The fuck do we do?
Well, shooting them seemed to work.
I
You
mean,
can gauge that since the
kind of.
entire colony was reportedly overrun, these were just a handful of organisms that somehow managed to stay alive, compared to what was likely hundreds, if not thousands.
Got it.
So, statistically speaking, they are very, very rare, but not any less of a threat.
And to clarify one more thing, what's his name? Balsam.
Balaz.
Balaz.
Balaz killed like every colonist in the colony by releasing these spores.
Yep.
Then nuked the entire thing and is now like, oh, I don't know how this happened.
He has been straight-faced lying to you.
What a fucking pair of clown shoes.
Find him an amoeba. He wants to act like a clown.
Vacuum cannon is back on the menu, boys.
Yeah. Sorry, it's find him an anemone.
I was gonna say what happened to. Maybe we shouldn't do that.
I have very little sympathy for people who have killed that many people.
I mean, fair. That's like
Should
an
I question
anti-doctor.
him again first?
What you want?
Oh, if you want to give him one more shot to tell us and his folks the truth, we got a little interrogation chamber. We can
No,
work
I just
that
want to
out.
mess with him. I just want to question him so he gets really annoyed again.
You want to go? Well, yeah. Throw him in. That's just ask him a few questions. I'm sure that'll be torture enough. But I was gonna say he's not gonna really have the economy isn't really gonna have a come to Jesus moment. I'm pretty sure they haven't. Bible hasn't gotten that far out here in space yet.
No, there's no Bible, just the children of the two divine and pirated copies of Space Beast.
Bunch of biographies of Rasputin.
Mm-hmm. Well, to be fair, these neomorphs and that old Russian fella have a lot in common where they just won't die. And it's a shame how they both carried on. Either way,
God damn it.
I suppose it's up to you whether you want to take some vindictive justice out, but I don't know if... Fact is, I think trying to kill Babak isn't going to get us anywhere pertinent with getting rid of the information. I think he was really just there to get
I'm talking about Balas.
Yeah, well, Balas is fine, but you're talking about killing both the scientists.
Oh, no.
Babak...
If I find out he did a war crime, we'll revisit the discussion.
I mean, he probably did. I mean, he was probably there to collect information on the Project Life Forces, which I would assume is the only reason we were sent there by General Vaughn.
Well, let's have a conversation with our two friendly scientists. Let's get them in a room together. Bob some heads together, see what happens.
Ooh.
And you know where I think a great place to do that is? Let's go down to the med bay.
Works for me. Want me to get anyone else in the crew here, or just keep an eye on the rest of the folk?
I think it'll be, who was it that I was talking to before? Tanya?
Tanya, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can invite Tanya down. Anybody else who might have had family there?
That works for me. Well, that seemed like all of them, to be fair.
So what Phoebe's gonna do is going to ask Balas, Tanya, hey, we're gonna figure out what's going on with your crew member and ours, and then when they get down to the med bay, Phoebe is going to shove Bolas into the chamber with Vivek. And say, hey, you've got some splaining to do to us and to everybody else here. Can you run it by us again? How that nuke managed to drop on the colony?
So to make sure I'm tracking pathways right, you went and got Balaz and Tanya from the room that they were in, escorted them down to medical.
And now I've thrown Balaz into the quarantine room with Babek.
Have we let out the major?
No, mostly under guise of like,
Hey, your friend's here. It's safe.
yeah, we needed your help figuring out what was going on. We just wanted, you know about this more than we do. We need your expertise.
It's
That
like
kind of-
rat. It's like rats. You should have them in like with more than one. They do better with companions.
Yeah. But now the rats are Babek and Balaz.
Yeah.
So you shove Malaz into this quarantine. The major steps out of the way. Is like, I don't know what is going on, but
Don't worry. There's Tylenol.
it's just a fistful.
Oh, is it just one quarantine chamber?
No. It's fine. I left a bottle, a whole bottle. I got some more.
Is
Yes,
there
it is
just
one standing
Okay.
quarantine.
Whoops.
I'll
Yeah, it's
motion to
The medical bay isn't that big.
I'll motion towards the major with the kind of just like shake the moonshine a little bit, just kind of like motion like you might want to step over here.
Yep, she just backs up, and the back is at this point kind of got most of his faculties back, although he is just kind of sitting with his back against the wall and is still a little bit out of it. And was looking around and was like, what is going on?
So, rewind. So, run it back to us again. Do you know how that nuke dropped on the colony?
You're asking Balaz that?
Mm-hmm.
Is after being shoved into the quarantine, just pounds at the glass, is very upset, clearly, that I'm being shoved into the fucking room, and it's like, I'm still under the assumption that you did it. If not you, one of your unit.
Phoebe will very emphatically sign, try a fucking again.
I'll motion, elbow the major and just kind of put the rest of the bottle in her hand. That's me. Sorry. Yeah, we got communications to orders directly from you to Ivan to drop a low orbit nuclear strike. You interested in? Nothing? I know some of our codes for, well, to be fair, they didn't tell me all the good ones, like dropping low orbit nuclears, but whoo, this got your fingerprints all over it. I mean, I assume you weren't wearing gloves. You should wear gloves when you do that kind of thing. It's just sanitary. You're a doctor, come on.
Tanya is taking some somewhat sadistic joy and is just leaning back with her arms crossed and observing this shit show and watching to see what he does and if he's actually going to have the balls to say anything.
So,
And
you can tell us as it is, or you can keep fucking around, and perhaps you'll find out.
should I ask him my list of questions?
Now hold on, we don't want to subject him to that just yet.
Got 3 pages of them.
3 pages, Doc. 3 whole pages.
Yeah. Imagine that holding the screen kind of indicates some of the things as you're scrolling through, like, oh, there's that fingerprint, there's that one. Oh, that very clearly is you.
Mm-hmm.
That's got your name right on it. That's your account number right there.
Woo-hoo.
Password is 1234.
Not safe at all.
But because he's very realizes that how much information you guys have actually gotten, he is kind of, you see the facade crumble and his shoulders slouch. He said, yes, I set off the nuke. The colony was being overrun.
How did the colony get overrun?
One of those bio drones at first. Nifty little thing, Project Life Force, and I'm guessing this. I don't know what to refer to you as at this point. You're somewhere in the middle stages. He's looking over at the back. Nasty little buggers that they cooked up. I just wanted to make something that could contest it.
Sorry, out of character. Is he saying that Babek was Babek being affected by the xenomorph or by the neomorph?
Xenomorph.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was affected by Operation Life Force, not Heomorph.
Okay.
Because I think Heomorph, it was the ingestion of a spore and then it just crawls out your back. Like, so whatever's happening with Operation Life Force is different.
Okay. And we're like, at this point, all relatively confident that man's not about to turn into an egg.
Yes. He's, like I said, Beaver broke. He's getting better. At this point, he's starting to look, looks more like the Major did after you stabbed her with adrenaline, basically. And they counteracted.
He starts spazzing around during a meal. I'm going to have guns out.
Well, it's funny you should say it like that. She signs, kind of looking over at Tanya, because it sounds like, based on the computer reports, you had already released the neomorphs on the colony by the time those bombs dropped. Is that not so?
No, that's accurate.
Now, I can't speak to the ethics of what you and Fuckface over there get up to. But it strikes me that there's a bit of a scales issue going on here where you've taken a big bite out of a planet-sized chunk of souls. And so far, nothing bad's happened to you. Hell, you even had the rescue chariot come up and scoop you out. Tanya, what do you think about that? Does that seem fair to you?
You don't want to ask me that question because I'm going to ask for your gun. Or maybe if I can touch the big red button over there in the corner. Sorry, Major. And Boaz just says and continues, is like, I know. Okay? I know.
Go on.
But I was commissioned to make something to contest these drones that your military is creating. I wanted to see if it measured up, if we could achieve some kind of balance. But my question for you all is, what do you plan to do with that information? You've got all of it at this point. So is that Kremlin.
Don't you worry about the word dying with us. The questions you need to be worrying about right now is whether or not you've done enough to save your soul. Because you're not walking off this ship alive. At this point, Phoebe is going to grab a set of cuffs and, through whatever means necessary, subdue Bolosk and basically hand him over to Tanya and point her in the direction of the airlock.
Red button.
Gia? He tries to talk through it some more. Look, I've got more information about who else is a part of Darkstar. Some of the other programs that they're running. All I want is for there to be a balance between our militaries. That means exposing everything, then expose everything. It means killing me, fine. But you're losing information.
It's not my sandpit to go digging in. You got any last sins to confess about you or your friends? Tell them to Tanya.
Hey,
And
Commander, we certain about that? We want to make sure we don't get a list of where the hell else these things are coming from.
Alas, regardless of what happens here and how much information you give us, one way or the other, on a long enough timeline, you're going to end up dead. Now, that might be sooner, that might be later. But the choice is yours. And I suppose, and she looks over and signs to Tanya, yours. It's not my family that's dead because of what you did.
I like to imagine that soda can.
Power sip.
Like,
Right? Yeah.
it was just the fucking cups clicking. The cups clicking into place. I don't want their death to be for nothing. I want to fucking shoot this man into space, but if he's going to give you more information to keep this shit from happening to other people, I think I can wait a little longer.
Baby nods. Looks like you bought yourself some time in the brig. Congrats. Going insane. Is that
And-
insane?
We can call that an end scene. Tanya needs someone to escort her to the brig, of course, because she doesn't know where the hell that is on this ship. But
That's what
he gets
teamwork makes the dream work in the long run. Yeah,
teamwork makes the dream work, and the command is issued with Mother that for at least the time being, for a few hours maybe, not to go into FTL. Gives you guys some time to question these people, get that ship functioning, maybe decide what you want to do with the rest of these refugees, if you want to call them that, and what to do about the Major and the back, which after a few hours, they're pretty much completely fine. And in this time, while you guys are kind of taking in stride and deciding what you want to do, eventually a report does come in from Mother. That separate mission that General Vaughn had mentioned in her little recorded hologram ended up being a success, but not without casualties. Tacitus and Zabrowski, your two major standing officers, were lost along with a number of other troops. Once the Tambidum enters FTL, you'll reconvene with the remaining units at the way station, Eureka, within UA territory. So at this point, it's just deciding how you want to spend those few hours before you return to the freezers. And to give our players a little bit more thought on what they want to do with their refugees, their prisoner, let's go for a break for a few minutes, guys.
All right, sounds good to me.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Our crew has reconvened, gotten some water, gotten some snacks, and we've come to a decision on what to do with our friends and not so friends. So after spending some time in the brig, Tanya, and I imagine whoever wants to join her in on the questioning, maybe that's Hunter with her endless questions, maybe that's Phoebe with her significant intimidation. He is more than amicable, kind of accepting that by the end of this, yeah, he's pretty much dead. And he gives them a lot of information about Darkstar and some of the names behind it and the programs. And much the same, a similar series of questions comes about with Babak, the Marines scientist that that readily admitted that he was one of the scientists that worked on the biodrones that had invaded the colony initially, and in exchange for his own life being spared, readily gives some information that he is privy to as well, naming names and confirming some suspicions of our Marines. Namely, a very big suspicion about General Vaughn. And thus, in exchange for that information, they graciously decided that he could stick around and be put on ice. Belaz does eventually get ejected from the airlock. A very cold justice for the lives that he ended on that colony. And the Accipiter is fixed up and made suitable for space travel, with Martinez griping the whole time about how they could actually better take care of their ship. They're left, the remaining refugees, that being the Major, Tanya, Min, and Alonzo, are left with some broadcasting equipment and a copy of the data that they'd collected from Ivan. Pretty much with the agreement from all of them that once they were secure enough to do so, they would put that information on blast and expose the entire Dark Star program. I'm confident in their word. Our Marines send them on their way. And after ensuring that Mother is aware of what's going on, they go back into cryo themselves. Mother enters FTL and makes way for Waste Station Eureka. Marines aren't even really woken up during the whole reconvening. Mother made clear what was to be done with Babak. Although whether they can confirm what was requested was done, it's a little up in the air after he's taken off by soldiers wearing black guard suits, and the remaining troops that had originally been on the Tamidum get on board ship. They also get into the freezers, and the ship takes off. Where they're heading? Who knows? Well, Mother knows at some point, because Phoebe, you wake up to the sound of Mother's controls being overridden and her talking with Roy, who's standing beside the pod with you. It seems that the cryopod has been opened even though you're still in FTL. Roy helps you out of the pod, steadying you as the ship rocks from the velocity of it hurtling through space. Apologies, Lance Corporal, but I've been given orders to wake you and the rest of Kilo Company from hypersleep. I wish I could say that you can spend some time adjusting, but we do not have that luxury today. Here, and he guides you to a place where you can sit. This is the mission briefing. I'll start waking up the others. And he puts a data pad in your hands, signed off by General Vaughn. The alert kind of goes off, and eventually he just makes Mother shut up as Everyone.
Phoebe makes Mother shut up. She grabs
Phoebe
a can
makes
of
Mother shut
coffee
up.
and just
And just
yeets
hucks it.
it.
Just chucks it at the fucking computer. There's one more person. Where are you? God damn it.
You can't find me.
I found you. Ha ha ha.
The lad is sneaking.
Let's
is it time for
send
me
these
to
lads.
brief these friends?
Roy goes about. You get a look at the data pad as Roy does as he said and starts waking up the rest of the Marines. Now, you all received a message from me in your DMs. This is the point that those would come into play.
Okay. Shoot.
All right. Is it time to brief these suckers?
Yep, everybody is shakily gathers. Some people are sick because of the immediate wake up from cryo into FTL. Some people are very twitchy, but as best as they can, and with Roy kind of monitoring the more severe reactions, everyone musters, and you are able to gather in the main room for the moment.
So let's get to work. Ready to go.
Morning, bitches. As you may have noticed, we are still in FTL. You will not be returning to the freezers. The Anisadora colony is under UPP attack, and we are missing 2 nerds, code breakers, from the Gelhagad Institute. Doctors, Dio Chawa and Velma Liu, and it's very slow as she finger spells them. I'm told they're important across the borderline region, whatever that means. These docs packed up their work and shook their handlers sometime, and intel says that they never left Adagia, but their location was leaked, and now the Union boys are sweeping the island for them. We're going to rendezvous with the Highline and the Tunko along in orbit. Highline's got EVACs and troops spread out across Adagia to push back the UPP, and Tunko along's got spec ops combing the beaches for our nerds. Colony's being evacuated out of the island's only spaceport, Morgan's Bluff. Mother says that there's a high probability that the docks are going in there, so that's where we're dropping in. Spaceport is an easy target for long-range fire, so we're going to need a PB phalanx to shoot down incoming bullshit. I'm told that Spec Ops is there, bitchin' and wading ass deep through 1,600 evacuees. Do better than them. Don't let our code breakers board just any transport and disappear. Secure them, get their work, and hold Morgan's until we can get extracted. We need to be ready for launch before sublight, so let's pack it up, pack it in, and get to work.
Right away.
Whoo! All right, time to get dressed up.
Okay.
Phoebe is gonna pull Lapata aside and say, and basically just lean towards him, showing who the orders are from, and kind of give a look and be like,
I don't trust any of this. But we're gonna be just fine. Now, can I get you into your dress for the evening?
And she'll do a big curtsy as we get ready.
Of course, yes.
You roll me 1 stress die, please, Turk.
Just 1 stress die?
Just 1. Oh, for players, at this point, your stress and HP has all reset.
Sweet.
Yay.
Perfect.
I was
That's
gonna
my
say, because
favorite words in
It's
in-
big.
Well, that was not a facehugger, so all clear.
You are good. As for those of you at home, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
You can roll
Don't
stress.
worry about
you
it.
can roll a stress die if you want.
As a treat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine.
Okay. So everybody, at least from the other unit, have mustered them, are getting together what they need, and eventually you find them in the hangar bay with Martinez, who's actually used to just being up while still in FTL to get everything prepped. She and that unit are loading up the APC. And you notice that, yes, that phalanx has been loaded onto your dropship. So
Just it's fine. It's fine. Good. Yeah.
everybody
Mosey.
everybody loads into the ship, into the APC with Martinez piloting and leaving Roy in the hangar bay to keep an eye on Mother and the ship. Most of you actually notice that there's a lot of activity going around you as well, because other units on your ship have mustered, and pretty much every ship, like drop ship on the Tambianum, is being loaded up with soldiers and APCs and weaponry. And once everyone's loaded in, you get the alert from Mother that you are exiting FTL. And you can immediately feel the ship rocking and moving as you quite literally enter a war zone.
Fun.
The other USCMC destroyers are engaged with Kremlins over this planet. And Martinez calls back, "Get ready for a bumpy ride." And the command goes out, the hangar bay is open, and your ship drops along with the rest of them.
Have we established what Martinez's call sign is?
Probably Friday, because it's Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Friday, you could please be gentle with me. I'm a very soft soul. I thought we went over this a while back. I mean, fate's sticking us together like nothing else, but oh boy.
Can I throw a slight twist on that? She's been flying the 13th for so long that we just call her our girl over comms now.
Don't talk to me, talk to the union. They're the ones who forgot the lube.
Well, how unprofessional of them. I'd never do something like that to a proper lady like yourself.
Oh, sweet talking isn't going to get you very far here, Lapata. And she cuts off what's wearing as you feel the ship kind of veer and recorrect. Like I said, folks, it's a bumpy ride. And I do need everybody to add a stress to their die pool. I know that I just told you to get rid of all that stress, but you just dropped into a war zone. So
Little stress as a treat.
a little
Well,
stress.
yeah, everyone was so jealous of the stress diet that I got, so.
It's okay. We're trained for this. We can handle this.
Oh, yeah, plenty of training for getting blown up in the sky. Oh, gosh.
And after navigating through the hail of railgun fire and other ships, you guys make your way planet side with some covering fire from the actual spaceport what little there is. I need you guys to drag your tokens onto the map. Otherwise, if I do it, you won't be able to control them.
Alright, see if I remember how to do this.
Just click on your character sheet on
Yeah.
the sidebar.
Are we on landing pad 1 or 2?
Aha!
The auxiliary pad at the bottom.
Okay.
Right
I'm in the
here.
wrong place.
At the wrong time.
You just decided to eject. It's fine. Much the same time as her dropship lands, and very quickly you roll out with your APC, and Martinez says, "Love to stay, but I gotta go. I'll come back when I can." And
Hate to see your go level watcher leave, right?
Blackbird blows her a kiss.
Hey. That's mine.
She turns to you inside. It's for good luck.
and
Give homie a good luck smooch.
the ship takes off much the same time as another one lands on the primary landing pad beside you. And you watch as that ship lands. You can tell it's another dropship. It looks like they're probably being used for evacuation. And after it's landed, a gate slides open, and a collective mob of civilians are escorted out by 2 Marines wearing black suits, a couple of very harried looking security guards, and they're escorted to that ship on the primary landing pad. A very cold, mean looking woman is also with them and makes her way towards you all on it's been nicknamed a hover tread. It's a little significantly smaller than an APC, but it's a little almost like a miniature tank or a bike. It does have
Up to us on a fucking Segway.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
it's
like
not
a
Segway.
like a golf
It does
like a
act
golf cart with a gun.
Yeah.
pretty close.
A
actually.
heavily armored Segway.
Yeah, I got injured
It's-
with my lax team, so they gave me a.
It's a vehicle that you don't really see very often, mostly because it's not completely functional. It does have some pretty heavy armaments that could handle ground and air forces, but overall it's relatively unstable, so it's not very commonly used. And she approaches you all, and if you deign to open the APC to come have a conversation with her, she looks very much like she wants to have a conversation with you.
Phoebe looks around at all the other folks here, and I assume, seeing that she's the highest ranking officer, is gonna take point in the conversation. She does, in that time, turn to Hunter and Lapata and says, "Hey, check those people before they get on the transport."
Fine, I'm on my way. Come on, Hunter. You can go read him a book if they get in my way.
Hunter's just 100% ready to go.
She motions Skelly over, or Creed over, excuse me.
Good.
Eyeballs. She motions Creed over in case this lady doesn't do sign. And she turns and says, "You rang?"
She just raises an eyebrow and asks, "Do I bang?"
No. I said, "You rang?" R-A-N-G?
Oh, you rang. That's me mishearing.
Hey.
We're gonna keep that in character. And Phoebe will be like, no, that sign is, and she picks the most vulgar version of a sign for sex that she can think of. It's like that, but nastier. It's much nastier.
Hope your work is significantly more professional than your sign language.
Nothing but professionalism here, ma'am. You came to me. Shader, get off the pot.
I came to make sure that we had the same standing orders and what you're planning to do.
Phoebe is gonna grab. I assume like I have like a data pad with like the pictures on them.
Yeah.
So I take out the data pad. I have an updated version of the no-fly list.
Well, you'll be happy to know that none of them have been put on a transport. Neither of them have been put on a transport.
So far.
I've got my team scanning through the evacuees, making sure that they don't.
Well, excellent work. And she'll turn to Creed and be like, "Can you let them know that they're good? That they can come back?"
Oh. Yeah, sure.
Do the radio.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that, right. He grabs his radio and he calls back, Lapata and, Hunter.
Now, I understand you checked, but, like, you kind of don't look super... Sorry, I'm getting...
We're good.
We're good? We're good? Never mind, you have a lovely rest of your day. We'll be communicating later, I'm sure.
Pinch on the cheek, slap on the butt, walks back over.
Willie.
Yeah, the Marine that you were face to face with is probably standing almost 6 or 7 inches taller than you with his arms crossed and not very pleased about the manner in which that you have addressed him. Just pretty much tells you to go fuck yourself and piss off.
What if I could, Sarah? What if I could?
Fucking...
You can't kill
Just
us.
mutter.
We're the best.
He just mutters something about he'll just enlist anyone and goes back to managing, making sure these fucking evacuees are loaded onto that shit. Look, if you're planning on looking for 2 doctors, go for it. We're busy screening the evacuees. They haven't been seen in the terminal or the checkpoints yet. But I don't know where else has been searched. You might want to check in with the woman handling traffic control right now. She knows where everybody is at the moment.
Air traffic control?
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you kindly. And mirroring whatever sort of nonsense Lapata did with the burly-looking gent over there, Phoebe's going to do the same to this lady, as insofar as she's capable of doing it. Maybe a little pinch on the cheek, and then stroll off in the direction of the air traffic control tower.
She bats your hand away. You see on her armor that she is Sergeant. So
Sergeant Sex.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't gonna say it.
It's clearly Sergeant Sex. and that's what
Sergeant
Phoebe's gonna.
So.
We do say so, actually. But we're also saying sex.
Yeah.
I mean, what Phoebe signs back to her is, pleasure to meet you, Sergeant Sex, and then walks off.
I'd rather you just call me a slur.
In a way, we are.
I'm sorry. TikTok brain rot. But do you guys want to set up the phalanx anywhere out here before you go into the spaceport?
I don't know how that works. I'm not entirely sure what that thing is.
Maybe.
So it's basically a big fucking you know how last mission you had the celestial railguns, the big things that would shoot down the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like a mini version of that. It would handle any of like the flyby ships, and you can see a couple of them flying real close to the spaceport, and you can even feel the ground rock as a couple of explosives make contact not that far away. This would basically be a deterrent.
If
I mean, I assume that they've got the primary landing pad covered if they're like shepherding people on to over there. So probably just stick it right here, about here-ish.
I was gonna say, leave Gerald, Pilar, Nina, and Arthur here with the big gun. Head on into the air traffic control tower.
I don't think all four of them need to be there the whole time, but depending on how many people it takes to operate, like as many as will efficiently get it set up, and then
The other two, the loading area, the screen.
Yeah, maybe one assisting screening in the loading area, and then one more like doing just like an ad hoc patrol that we can meet up with in a minute.
So, as far as the phalanx goes, you only need 2 Marines to initially set it up. And that's just because of how bulky the damn thing is. But once it's set up and operational, tapping into that power grid that's already going for the spaceport, you can pretty much just let it be, unless you feel like you need to leave somebody there to guard it. But as far as you've seen so far, there haven't been any ground troops in the area. Morgan's Bluff is actually situated on a sheer, like, almost a sheer plateau, where the ground below you, it's almost like glass lava rock. In fact, this area has been nicknamed the Obsidian Plateau.
It's red hot magma.
So, the spaceport is conveniently situated where it's not too far from the edge of that plateau, just so make sure that any ground forces could not actually reach the spaceport without being airdropped in. So right now, the major concern is those ships that are flying by overhead, making sure that those don't hit the ground.
I think our plan's pretty solid. Two here with the phalanx, one screening and one doing a walkabout.
Okay. Who do you want to designate?
Is there anybody else who is like a heavy weapon specialist? Because I assume once it's running, like, we just want the best gunner there. Which I could believe is Yazzie, but might be somebody else.
Let me double check. Yazzie, yes, is a pretty mean shot. Carvalho is a Comtech, I believe. Yep, Carvalho is a Comtech. Wilkes is a shooter as well, but
If I could make a recommendation, Carvalho and Nina on the guns, because that's a Comtech and a good gunner on it. We throw Wilkes in screening because he's a mean-looking son of a bitch and doesn't take rough from anybody. And Rats can go ahead and take a look about. He's got the right. He's got that Spacer
Got
Kid.
the right eyes on him.
Spacer Kid credentials. Plus, he's got them big ears. Don't say I saw him. Don't tell him I told you though.
the man knows guerrilla tactics and what to look for.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Yezi and Wilkes are going to set up the phalanx, and you guys are free to enter the spaceport.
We're heading to air traffic control, I believe, right here, ATCC.
Yep. So goes into the spaceport soon after the evacuees have been loaded onto the transport. The ship takes off after a rocky start, avoiding some of the other ships that are flying by, and that gate slides shut and they can start screening again. This time with supervision. All right, and you guys make your way to air traffic control, where you do meet the head of this proverbial operation.
Who is breeding on this planet? All the blonde and blue-eyed people?
Oh no.
God damn, I asked Mother to send us to a beach, and I think she had the right idea.
The woman looks up after as she's talking with a couple of the other security guards, and she looks very frazzled and almost like she has not slept probably in a hot minute. She's like, oh, good, more of you. Fantastic. Okay. Oh shit, where do I put you guys?
We're... excuse me. We're here to do a sweep. We're looking for, and she holds up the data pad. Just let me know where you haven't looked. We will direct ourselves.
You start signing, and she's just I'm sorry, I don't know sign language. And then you hold up the data pad, and it's like, oh, you're looking for them too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
just point us in the direction.
fantastic. Okay, I don't know what's so been obsessive about these two, but as far as where's been searched, they've got a pretty good clear of the checkpoint and the cargo center. It's where most of the refugees are. You could try in the terminal, you can do the hotel, the personal accommodations. Those have all technically been cleared out, but no one's to say that they haven't holed themselves up.
And Phoebe's gonna look to somebody to convey this message. Is there anything we can do to take a little off your plate while we're here?
Well, what can we do to help you out?
And if the answers stay out of the way, we got that.
It's fine if you say fuck off.
And Phoebe will hit him.
What you're saying? Sorry, it's pretty late, frazzling my brain.
And she spins you. And she signs word for word, please.
Oh, fine. If we need to get out of your hair, that's all right with us.
There's Look, there's plenty of things that could be done. There's a lot of people here that need to be either calmed down, screened, whatever the hell, because that woman out there in her unit, there's only like 8 of them. So, as many hands as possible would be awesome. But I know that you are Marines and you have your own mission. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
We will get on that.
We will get on that.
Look, do you... Here, I'm gonna give you this, and you a, it's pretty much a map of the Space Bluff. It's actually a paper map that's been kind of edited and marked over a couple of times as she's marked, like, tracking where people are. I'll just make a new copy. I have to go around and find more anyway, but this is where she's put all of her people and where mine are. And be a moment, and I will start to indicate some of those to you. There's one of her unit with 4 of her guards at the security checkpoint screening people. You already met the 2 that are screening and escorting people for the loading bay. There's 2 more of her commandos in the cargo center with some of her men as well, and most of the refugees. For scale, friends, as I start to reveal some of these people, each of this particular token is about 100 people.
Oh.
That's a lot of human beings.
It's a lot of human beings.
Some human persons.
I need to relocate a couple of you guys because they're standing over my
Oh.
they're standing over my lads.
I hate to step on somebody's lads.
A lot of toes to step on.
There's one in the vehicle depot, again with some of her people and some more refugees. She also indicates...
Can you ping the refugee icon versus the staff icon?
Alright. Yeah, I know. I had wanted to find different tokens, but... So...
Some of them look like they're holding gun. Some look like they're holding nothing.
This one to the left of the commando, holding a gun, is a security personnel.
Okay.
This lad, looking like a generic Joe, is a colonist.
Okay. Sick.
I'll go
Thanks.
through and put a marker on them. I reveal these 2, and she also indicates that there is a doctor in the terminal with a number of injured refugees. They've basically converted it into a hospital.
Doctor, you say.
All right.
We put some kind of marker on these guys and go through. So where would you guys like to begin?
So the options were in the hotel, terminal, and personal accommodations.
Those are the places that she said were cleared out. It doesn't roll out that somebody might have holed up in them.
I'm gonna just draw a circle. Boop. 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 So right, those 3 spaces, because everyone else is at the checkpoint and cargo center.
Yep.
Okay.
I think maybe the place that, well, they already checked the terminal, huh? Because that's where the ad hoc hospital is.
Mm-hmm. We could check power station or ship services.
Yeah, I guess ship services makes the most sense.
It'd be easy if they were staying at the power station or ship services. They could blend in with the refugee group heading out from the center to security. Hell, they could even this loading conveyor and flash freezing complex could be use that's got pipe. Just pipeline here. Just feed out to the landing pad, or what's up with that?
What? Oh, yeah, that's a conveyor belt that leads out into the landing pad for the fish.
Enter the pond. Oh, that's clever. All right. So it could be in there as well.
Do you have to be frozen to go through that conveyor belt?
Unless you plan on drowning, I wouldn't recommend it. It's pretty much a waterway.
Oh, something to keep an eye on.
Either way, how about we work our way up?
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
I think Phoebe's gonna suggest that we do at least make a stop by the doctor just to like show her the pictures and be like milk carton her.
Yeah.
Have you seen these code breakers?
Okay, so you guys make your way to the terminal. You maybe convey over the comms that, hey, these are some of the areas we want to check out to Vinks, and he's scoping some places out and see if he can't get an idea of what's going on for you guys before you devote your resources to it. And very much like Carrie had said, this terminal is effectively a hospital. There's a number of... Well, there really isn't a lot of space on the floor for the seating areas where you can't find somebody injured or just waiting. And she is very frantically trying to direct some of the security personnel and manage the patients around her the best that she can.
I mean,
I feel like Creed can relate.
I was gonna say, there's a lot of people. Glad that ain't me.
Why don't you try talking to her for a second, see if she's seeing anybody.
If she's working on a patient, I would even go as far as to have Phoebe like, hey, help her and get information out of her at the same time.
Yeah, I guess that would be a good idea, huh?
Hey.
Alright. So he's like, alright. He goes up to the doctor and is like, how do you do, fellow medical professional? and asks her if she, hey, I'm like a field medic, you need help with this, and maybe you can help us out with some stuff that's going on. Have you seen these guys? You need a band-aid? Got band-aids?
I don't know, maybe. She looks up at you as you approach and is a bit confused because it's like, wait, why is somebody who's not injured walking up to me? And then realizes that you can see the little plus on your uniform. It's like, oh, you're a medic here. Hold this. Immediately drafts you into helping her suture somebody's injury.
Should I roll for that or nah?
Nah, I'm not gonna make you
okay.
roll for it. You'd effectively be aiding her.
Yeah.
I like
helping her with her rolls.
Okay, let's see. This is as clean as it's going to get, and she puts some wrapping around it. And has one of the other security personnel help them move away, and then looks down at a line of patients that are basically in her queue, and then sighs and looks at Creeves like, are you here to help or did you need help?
Yes.
Yes, please clarify.
We're okay. Yeah, right. Okay, so we are looking for where's the not iPad? We're looking for hang on. Hang on. Does Phoebe have the data pad? Can you just grab that real quick and just be like,
I think we each have like a little data pad.
You would all have like a little data pad, yeah.
So we can refer back to these pictures.
Well, not all be here, wiping up from cryo like that. So, yeah, these guys. And he shows the picture. We're like looking for these guys. Have you maybe seen them? Put a band-aid on them? Anything like that?
I'm sorry, I can't give you a clear answer. There are a lot of faces in and out.
Oh, no,
I don't
get
think
it, totally.
I don't think I've seen them, but if you're looking for them, there was a couple of people that were acting, I guess, shady.
Shady.
Keeping in the shadows, like they didn't want to be seen. It's been an hour or two. I don't remember where they went. I'm sorry, I can't be much more help.
Oh, it's fine. I get it. It's stressful, There's a lot going on.
Yeah, a lot going on. If you're able to stick around, I wouldn't mind the extra pair of hands, but you've probably got orders.
I mean, he looks back over, help. Should I stay or should I go? I guess you guys probably need me, huh?
And realizing that you're trying to communicate with Phoebe, your commanding officer, is that, look, I'm quite literally the only doctor here.
It's not my call.
Well, out of character, do you want to go on the hunt with us? Because, I can imagine pawning you off here if you are cool with it. That's probably the conclusion we'd come to, but I also don't want to bench you.
That is fair. I mean, I'm cool either way.
I will say that if you decide to do this, you won't be benched. There will be things that happen.
Okay, cool.
So
then I'm super okay, looking around and being signing to the doctor, not a doctor, more of a bad nurse. And then
that's okay. I'm not a doctor either.
Chest.
That's okay. I'm technically not a doctor either. I'm a medical examiner.
And then Creed, you get a strong push on the back from Phoebe and a nod, and then do good work.
I does my best. And yeah, so he'll get about to helping this poor, also not a doctor, as much as possible.
I'm moving
You
on.
are set up in the terminal. Where y'all heading next?
Ship services.
Ship services. So, this building is actually 3 buildings are kind of set up side by side, and Finks looks at you as you walk up and says, not much here outside of a bunch of equipment and looks like what was supposed to be the medical bay.
Well, they moved that all over the other side, it seems.
That makes sense. Yeah, there was a lot of people.
I imagine there was. There's a lot of people hurt. So, nothing. You poke your nose into everything. Any place people could hide?
I've been through most every inch of this place. It's pretty much just a couple of trucks. They
Alright.
cleared out the medical base.
Keep
If you need some work done or things moved, we could use the trucks.
Well, keep that in mind. We'll radio you if you need that done. I guess like the rest of your program. But we got nothing here.
Do we want to send him back to the hotel just to cover our tracks?
Well, he's got trucks he can pull around for us if we need something.
Yeah, but like, what specifically are we gonna need?
I don't know. Truck things.
That blink is in character, I'm just saying.
Fine. Your troops, you tell them where to go. I just...
You think we're gonna put the surface-to-air gun in the back of a truck?
No.
What is this?
No, I figured...
Toyota War?
I mean, technically, it'll run off its own power for a little while.
Fine.
Well, we'll do that if we need to move the gun.
Or people, or get the hell out of here, or... I'm going to the power station.
All right. I agree. Do we want to send him back to the hotel to check out the top to bottom there? Executive call. I'm the commanding officer.
I was going to
Go
say...
check out the hotel. It should be pretty quick. It's supposed to be empty. If you hear hide or hair of anybody, don't go in. Radio us.
You got it, boss.
Get going, champ.
So are the 3 of you heading to the power station, or are you guys dividing forces? What you doing?
Power station.
I'll check out I'll just do a cursory check of the fuel tanks.
Okay. Hunter, are you joining either of them, or would you like to have Hunter do something else?
I thought, I don't know. Sorry.
So
It's either
we've got...
the power station or the fuel tanks or something else.
Yeah, so you could go to the cargo center and maybe help filter through some of the refugees that maybe they might have missed. There's the mariculture conveyor and pond, the flash freezing facility. There's the prefab accommodations and the rec center.
Check the rec center.
Okay. We'll move you all around. And we'll just go from top to bottom, I suppose. Starting with the power station. You don't really find much there, honestly. It's just the power grid. You get a feel of what you might be able to handle. You can kind of gauge that if everything does go out, it'll handle essential equipment. So like the mandatory places like traffic and patrol, comms, things like that, they can effectively function on low power, about 30% capacity after doing some digging around and looking through their databases. But there is no one here. Although you do see some signs of maybe there were people here with some ration wrappers and a couple of bottles of beer.
Hudes. Nah, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, if there's nothing here, I'll just take a note of how everything is at the moment and start heading back out.
You pass by, and so as she's moving about in the compound. Phoebe, fuel tanks, it's a lot of the same. You can tell that the tanks have been drained. It's a fuel that they're using to refuel the dropships that are coming in. And pretty much it's a fuel used by the ships that will go in and out of orbit. Nothing that could power like your cruiser. But a lot of the same. Some ration wrappers, a couple of bottles. You see a couple of refugees moving around, and you can see more shortly after as people start moving towards the actual loading area. And your man here is doing a good job staring down these other black garbed commandos as they go through each and every person, getting ready for the next ship to come down. And he offers a check-in with you, indicating that each of those ships is taking about 100 people out at a time. And if the numbers are accurate for those remaining at the spaceport, the ships are coming down every hour. We're going to be here for a long shift.
Phoebe nods and signs to him. Keep doing your best. We're going to try and cut this short as fast as we can.
I don't know how you're going to cut it short without more ships to get the evacuees off the bluff, but
Well, the
see if you can't find our scientists.
That's the goal.
Mock salute and goes back to what he was doing.
Hey, you got things coming up dry at the power station.
Alright, sounds like Hunter... Oh, wait, I wouldn't be able to do that. I would kind of just wander... I would give you a signal over the comms for, like, hang tight, I'll be with you in a second. And then when I see you again, basically sign... Hunter went down to the rec room. If we don't hear from her, let's start checking out the refugees in the where they're being held.
Sure thing. After you.
Speaking of Hunter, you make your way to the rec center, and after getting a glare and a check by a commando and the security officers at the security checkpoint, and they pretty much just wave you through. You get to the rec center, and these are all just people that haven't been screened to get in yet. Are just kind of hanging around. A lot of them are drunk. The bar has been raided. A lot of the vending machines have been broken into. So people are just kind of eating, drinking, and bullshitting away what they think is the end of the world.
Is anyone there not drinking?
A couple of them, yeah. There's a few people that just have like their water canteens and they're hanging out just on their own.
They don't match the picture, though.
No one matching any descriptions, like any images.
Okay.
Are you going around and showing them to people, or?
I'm going around and looking.
I think I would have given you permission / instruction to like show the picture to people, because what other people have seen is gonna widen our net pretty radically.
Then I'll show other people the picture.
So, most everyone is just kind of like, nah, haven't seen him at all. There's a couple of spitballing back and forth, like, wait a minute, weren't they, wasn't those the two? No, you're thinking of somebody else. I don't know how you can think it's them. Look at the mustache, dude. Come on.
Where are those two? Who?
No one's actually confirmed if they've seen them or not. That conversation was between a couple of people who had been drinking. You end up approaching a set of twins who are kind of just in the corner on their own, with a backpack. And you show them the image and they very quickly just write it off. Like, haven't seen them, sorry.
But they don't look anything like the pictures, right?
Nope.
What's the skill for I don't believe you?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to think.
Check their vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she doesn't believe them.
That would be a manipulation roll.
Okay. Can I do that? Because I don't believe them.
Let's make that. That's a success on your part.
That's the energy.
They do have very sus energy. You can very clearly see them sweating and trying not to keep your gaze. They're just sorry, we haven't seen them. Good luck on your search though, and pick up the bag and try to just leave.
I'm gonna try to stop them. And is there a way I could I don't know if I could send like I'm just gonna call to see if I can have somebody else to come help me while trying to stop them from leaving.
I mean, if you radio us.
Yeah, a radio. That's.
You can just hear over the comms.
I'm on it, and I'll start hoofing it. I imagine that might take me some time, though.
Look, lady, we said we haven't seen them. Sorry,
Yeah, but I have
we
some
had to
more
go
questions.
do the. Okay, but we need to go do the screening.
You will. I have more questions for you. Have a seat, please.
What questions? There really aren't that many left to answer.
Oh,
You asked us
plenty of
if we see
questions.
those people, and we didn't.
I've got plenty of questions for you.
I don't see how any of that's relevant. Why are you stopping? I saw you backtrack.
I'm there.
Yeah. She is going to try to sit them down and just ask them, how she has lots of questions.
This has nothing to do with.
No, it
You
does
asked
have
us
to do with
one
this.
question.
So you said you have not seen them, correct?
No, we haven't seen them.
Do you know who they are?
Why would we know who they are? We haven't seen them. Unless you're counting the fact that we can see their names below their pictures.
So what are your names?
Is that relevant?
Yes.
Hey, I'm Solve, and this is my sister Anita.
And what do you do here?
We're refugees trying to leave the planet.
From where?
From one of the external islands.
To Lapata fucking legging it.
Power
Need
walk,
some more
power walk.
details about that?
You don't need to know any fucking details.
Yes, I do.
No, you really don't. It's a fucking war zone. The pad doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, but it did exist.
And it's not relevant to the question, so...
Yes, it is. And so you don't know who these two are that are missing?
They're kind of just done, and they're tired of the questions, and they try to move around you. And at that point, I imagine Lapata is in the doorway.
Is these them?
Yeah.
Whew! Alright. Hey, folks. Talking to my friend here. Oh, she's a hell of a good time, isn't she?
Yeah, a real barrel of laughs. Can we...
Sorry, you tell me what your names are again? I didn't hear.
Solve and Anita.
Oh, I don't care what you're going to tell me because your names are now detained. Come on.
But we haven't done anything. We can't
Hey,
detain us.
yeah, well, funny story. I can. It's martial law. I don't know if you noticed there's a war on, and I need you asking a few questions, and you're kind of giving me an attitude already, and ooh, the commanding officer is gonna love you. How do you speak a sign language?
Does anyone speak sign language? Like...
Fucking sassy ass teenagers.
Wow. Damn. Guess we're gonna have to talk to you through some slaps and punches then. My goodness. Come on. Come with me. It's just a short little walk. It's good for your legs. Might get on a shuttle out of it.
And you, pull these two away. Where are you taking them?
Back into the facility to meet up with the rest of the squad.
Did they grab the bag?
Yes, they do have the bag, and it's kind of shifting on their shoulders.
I swear to God, if they have just a cat in there.
No, it's more like they're shifting the weight of it. Seems like whatever is actually in the bag is not very well secured. So it's...
Let me take the bag for you.
No, we got it. Thanks.
I'll take it for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you just refuse a standing order from a military professional?
I guess so, but she doesn't really need the bag.
We'll carry it for you. Just give it him.
We'd rather not.
You're both going to the same place. I don't see what the problem is.
Well, it's personal sentiment. Sorry.
Y'all are being way too fucking nice.
Is personal sentiment why it's rustling around? I'm gonna give you one more chance to come up with a better convincing lie, or else we're gonna have to open it right here. And your personal sentiment's probably gonna try and run to the goddamn air vents.
He just Saul just kind of shifts the bag around and opens the zipper enough for you to see like it's a metal, almost like an urn. Satisfied? He closes it rather quickly. Grandmother's ashes, you dick.
So you're just carrying around grandma's ashes?
Yeah, we were gonna try to spread them on the beach, but see how shit went to hell?
Let me see.
I would rather not.
I don't remember asking for your opinion. I'll feel like an asshole later, trust me. I have a hell of a conscience that I'll deal with, but let me see.
And unfortunately, seeing that they're not gonna get much away with it, they end up handing over the bag.
Oh, wow, wasn't that so difficult? I don't know.
Very reluctant to actually let it go, though.
Yeah, You are going to want to loosen those finger muscles before I do it for you. And I am not a doctor. Okay, fantastic. Come on, Hunter, let's get him out of here.
Okay.
On the walk over, I want to check out the urn and kind of just crack it.
So, you take out the urn, and this is actually something that you very quickly recognize. Around the entirety of this urn is glyph notes. And actually looks, if Hunter gets a glance at it as well, it looks kind of like how when you were back in the caverns and the flute music had caused the orrery to light up, and you'd seen a figurative galaxy of stars and markings. It is very much the same, just etched into this urn.
You see that, Lapata?
Yeah, certainly. And that's on the outside or inside you meant?
That is on the outside.
That's funny. I don't remember that kind of religion spreading out here.
And that's not where they said they were from. Right?
What fucking religion?
Who was your grandmother?
Denise?
From where?
From fucking Pandora. What?
I want to open up the urn at this point.
So you crack the urn open and you shift it around and it's empty. There's what looks like might be some moisture in the bottom of it, but no ashes.
Grandma's gone.
Yeah, Grandma run away?
I want it noted for everybody watching in chat or later on pod. I am so scared right now.
There's sentient, there's an ashen grandma somewhere around here.
So Where did your grandma go? Did she get up and walk?
I'm not convinced that there was nothing in that. I'm on edge.
Did she get up and walk out of the urn?
At this point, they're just not speaking.
Can I like put on a glove and like poke at the moist, then try to like
Oh my!
jiggle the moisture out?
I don't know if you should do that.
Oh please! You remind me who's the hazmat expert around here? It's not me.
Yeah.
Hunter is.
Yeah, I don't think you should poke your hand in there. I have instruments.
I'm like trying to just get a little bit out near the rim and then like poke at it with a stick or
Look,
something.
I have a vial and I have a collection tool.
What happens when I poke it with a stick?
Look, let me do it. Let me do it.
Fine.
And I'll collect it the correct way. So Lapada doesn't like get attacked by grandma's slime or whatever's in there.
Grandma juice. I'll
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, I'll deal with the creeper twins here.
Yeah, and I'll get the grandma slime out of the urn.
So you collect the what is almost basically just like a drop or two of this viscous liquid and dab it with your cotton swab essentially and bottle it away. The rest of the urn is clean. There's nothing else in it. Lapada, for clarification, that was very clearly a cipher. That was etched on that urn.
Gotcha.
And had actually, well, it might not have made a lot of sense to you, but it was a lot of genetic lingo.
Oh, what do you mean it doesn't make sense to me? I can roughly go crazy around architectese.
He knows the DNA alphabet.
Mm-hmm.
He's watched all of Gattaca.
Well, it's an alien DNA coding, so...
So, tell me one more time what you were planning on doing with Grandma here. If you could change to the evil voice that people do in the serials, it'd be really great for me. Kind of get to check something off my list.
Look, we just found it. We thought we might be able to sell it.
That's why you're hanging out at the rec center, not trying to get on a ship?
Well, we've been waiting to get screened for a while now, which thanks to you, it looks like we've got a quick pass.
Actually, we're going to need to keep you here for a while.
You guys were heading back inside the compound, weren't you?
Yep. But it doesn't mean they're getting on a ship. It does mean they're getting put in detention for questioning from our premier questionist.
I have a list.
Our premier inquisitor.
Mm-hmm. She's got a little list.
Same time, a couple of things happen. You get a ping over comms from Finks going, so hey team, found something that you are probably not gonna like. And you might want to see for yourself.
It's grandma, isn't it?
Who the fuck is grandma?
Phoebe's gonna echo that question and then do the whistle noise for Roger on the way.
Come on, we'll drop you off with security. Let them know you get to sit tight.
So you escort the twins to traffic control since it's right there. Hand them over to the capable hands of one Carrie Louise Wu and her disgruntled security. And she's just like, great, fantastic. They'll be here waiting for you. And you guys can split up, or you can head together to the hotel. But meanwhile, up in the terminal where Creed is helping the good doctor, well, good not doctor.
Good knock doctors.
And kind of looking around, keeping an eye out, and see if you can't actually spot them. Maybe they're coming through or have come through and it was just missed. You see a person who's just kind of quietly sitting against the wall, observing the people. Very oddly with a smile on his face, and at some point you do make eye contact with him.
Oh no. I'm awkward.
Not eye contact.
What's our buddy doing? Other than making eye contact now, making eyes at me from across the way.
Lock eyes across the room. Then I. Jeez.
For the moment, he just waves
He actually
and kind of looks around and motions for you to come sit with him. Pretty much once you're not handling a patient.
Yeah, let me finish bandaging whatever guy I'm bandaging right now. Just be. I'll be right back. Slides a little Tylenol in his pocket. Just one pill, just in his pocket. You know, for later. And he kind of nervously makes his way over to this dude. Hey. So, do you have anything going on? Do you need a medic checking you out, or?
No, I just noticed that you weren't one of the security guards or the blackguard. So there are other USC Marines?
Maybe there are, maybe they're not. I mean, we need all the hands on we can get, right? I mean, there's just one other doctor, and she's not even a doctor. I'm not a doctor, but you know.
I guess your secret's safe with me. I'm a doctor, but not that kind of doctor, so...
What kind of doctor are you?
Xeno-anthropology?
Xeno-anthropology. What? Aliens?
Yeah. Oh, alien fauna, flora. I mean, if it's not native to Earth, it's classified as alien, right?
Okay, I guess. Yes, sure. If you want to be technical about it.
We're all the aliens.
Alright, well, so what are you doing here hanging out in Med Bay then? Or the Med Bay, I guess I should say.
It's significantly less crowded here than in the cargo center.
Not by, well, okay. By a bit, I guess. It's still pretty fucking crowded though, gotta agree. Alright then, buddy. What's your name, by the way, so I can stop calling you buddy and pal and friend?
Maitland.
All right, Maitland, you can call me Creed.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, Creed. And you can see on his hand, he's kind of doing that thing that people do when you fidget with a ring, and is twisting a ring around on his hand. And you can see the insignia on it. It's a class ring from the Geolode Institute.
From the what institute? You kind of went out.
The Geolode Institute's where the code breakers also went.
Oh. Okay. Well, not that I have any context for that, but
I said that in the
You're
briefing.
in the
oh,
briefing.
you did.
Yeah.
Oh,
I said it in the briefing.
That's why I know.
Okay. There was a lot in the briefing.
That's why you take notes.
I take notes. I've never taken notes in any class. But so what you got there? Kind of like gestures to the ring.
Hmm?
That where you're from?
Oh, it's a it was a gift from a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm. Where's this friend at? Just like...
I'm actually not sure. I've been trying to find them. They actually weren't at the cargo center, so I came here. Sorry, I lied a little bit. That's why I'm actually here.
Oh, a liar. Well, that's fine. You can keep your secret. I'll keep my secret. All secrets being held together. Yeah. Well, have you mayhaps seen these guys here? And holds up the not iPad with the pictures. Are these some of your friends, maybe?
Yes, that's them, actually. I haven't found them.
Oh. So you wouldn't know where they are then?
No, I don't.
Well, I mean, would you have an idea of where they might be, or where? You know, I'm looking for them too. So maybe we can help each other out, put our heads together, figure out where have we had. Where have you looked?
Well, everyone that was evacuated from the hotel. I didn't find them in the cargo center where most of the people are. They wouldn't let me outside, so I don't know if they were at the accommodations block or in rec, and so far I haven't seen them here. At this point, I'm just hoping that they didn't get on a transport and leave already. Or maybe that would be for the better if they had actually got off the planet.
Why?
At least then they're safe, right?
I mean, yeah, that's true. Well, I feel like the other guys are looking for him too. They probably would have said something. Maybe.
Phoebe, you're joining them in the hotel, right?
Sorry, out of character.
Yes.
Repeat that. Oh, Phoebe. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Phoebe's cruising over to the hotel. I don't know if I would enter the hotel by way of the med bay, but I feel like that's a call for you to make, if that makes any goddamn sense.
As in, like, beep.
You could cut through the terminal. There's definitely technically an access to the hotel from it. Hunter, are you joining them in the hotel as well?
Yes.
Who's keeping an eye on our teenage wasteland?
The guards at the checkpoint.
Oh, great. And they're separated from their tube, right?
Yes, I have the tube.
Okay, great.
No longer in urn. Now it is tube.
It's tube now.
It's a cipher.
It's tube now.
Yeah, I'll cut through the makeshift med bay, just checking on Creed as I go.
All right, and Creed will see Phoebe and just kind of casually put his arm over his new friend and just be like, "So hey, buddy, how do you feel about hanging around for a bit?" And he just kind of like off to the side is like waving, like trying to wave Phoebe over, like help.
I
Phoebe will
suppose
cruise up
that's
and
not
be
an
like,
issue.
"Who's this asshole?"
This asshole is Maitland. A pleasure to meet you, Lance Corporal. Was it Blackbird?
And she'll give a little goofy
Reading
salute.
basically reading the name off of your armor.
Well, our buddy Maitland here is actually looking for same people we are. Kind of get tipped off some places on where they haven't been, at least. Some other places they haven't been. So that narrows things down a little bit.
Phoebe will look over at him and be like, "Where have you checked?"
Mostly the other areas where they're keeping refugees. So I've been through the cargo center, the loading area, and here.
All right. Well, why don't you come with me? I've got another spot that we're checking out, and just give us our space, and we can help you find your friends.
Sure. By all means. We have a whole crew heading to the hotel.
Big ol' squad.
Could I have just asked one quick question? The teenagers, where the hell did they found this tube?
Repeat that for me?
Where the hell did teenagers find an ancient alien cipher? I don't tell them it's an ancient alien cipher, but yeah.
Where did you locate such a fine tube?
They are keeping silent.
All right, well, we'll be back for you then. And we'll have questions. Fine, it's heading over to the hotel.
Let's see something upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys all make your way to the hotel. Things just kind of meet you in the lobby and then lead you off with a bit of a cheery whistle. It's like, your civilian friend there might want to stay back. Don't know if he's gonna have the stomach for what I saw.
Phoebe will turn around. How strong's your stomach, pal?
It's an odd question. Normal, I suppose. I mean, I've been sitting in a terminal watching people come in and out half dead. So
It's a pretty good story.
Keep an eye on our friend.
Oh, look at the gross. Fine.
What, and where are you carrying the tube? The urn?
I have it just like clipped on to my side.
She'll notice it and be like, "The fuck is that?"
Confiscated some contraband from some teenagers trying to get off planet with it.
A funerary urn?
No. The grandma was in here. She's no longer. So if you find a giant ash monster in there, we can link the stories.
I've got what was left in my kit.
Maitland listens to the exchange of information, looks at the urn, and just kind of frowns.
Yeah, anyway, I'll stand out here with,
Maitland.
no, I didn't really care to ask, but but you go for it.
Early summer Christmas.
Sounds right.
Yeah, you all have fun.
Yeah. Tell us what horrific things await us.
So things lead you down a hallway where you can smell it before you see anything. Very quickly pick up the scent of decomposition. As you approach a room that had initially, it has a do not disturb sign on, but the door was clearly broken into. And Fink says, "So for clarity speaks, I didn't do that. I found it like that. I also found this." And he just pushes the door open with his foot and steps inside. And you guys step into the room to find the two bodies of the nerds that you were sent to come find. With their necks snapped at an odd angle, one of them wearing the class ring and the other one missing his after, even though his finger still seems to have the indent that somebody would have from having worn jewelry for a long time.
I'm connecting some dots here.
Mm-hmm. It's becoming
Should
increasingly
we retain
apparent.
Maitland?
So can you repeat that, Janie?
Should we detain Maitland?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I want to check the bodies a little more thoroughly. Like, when you say their necks are snapped at odd angles, like, their necks popped out of them?
Or like, we're
Like
talking
somebody-
90 degrees.
Like somebody has
this is a
broken their
professional
neck.
job.
Can we
Yes.
tell what broke into the room? Like, was it like a person, or did it look like a
Yeah, is there, like, boot prints or anything?
You want me to? take
More like a
look at the
broken
body?
handle, like something, like a broken door handle, like somebody had jarred the actual door open.
So this is probably a human. And I assume that a cursory search of their bodies does not reveal anything interesting to us.
Of the bodies, no.
So whatever they may have had is no longer here.
Incorrect.
Yeah. Phoebe's gonna look over at Hunter and say, "Hey, get Creed up here."
I'm gonna go do that.
And Creep will come by and just when he gets there, he's like, "Oh, whoa, these poor some bitches. We found them."
Simon means a death. We're gonna go talk to your friend.
Yeah, all right. Let me do that real quick. And would medical aid apply here? I guess would probably be. If
Yeah.
I just like really wanted to
I
do
think a
little
medical
bit
aid
of
would work here.
little bit of an autopsy, like impromptu, but you know. All right. Okay.
That is a lot of zeros, friends.
A lot of zeros with a lot of dice. Can I?
You can
use-
push the roll, can't you?
Yeah.
You would add a stress, but you could push the roll.
Let's do that. Uno mas. There we go. That's better. That's two
Huzzah.
successes.
So it seems like they have been dead for several hours at this point, judging from the rate of decay. So, just from the smell and the rigor mortis alone, you can tell that much. And for cause of death, it's very blatant. Looks like somebody came up from behind them and just snapped their necks while they were looking the other way.
I'm super sorry. I'm gonna be really pedantic here. Are they definitely dead for just like a couple hours? Because bodies don't usually start to smell for a while because autolysis, like self-digestion, takes a while to kick in. So unless they were like at least a day old, they wouldn't start to smell bad yet. I'm mostly asking if like that's just the book you're reading out of being.
It has been several hours, and I know where you're coming from because I also studied forensics.
Every muscle in the body is relaxing, and they may have just eaten. Or ate a while ago. And...
Okay.
Uh-oh, stinky.
But
Cool.
It's been long enough that, yeah, it's starting to deteriorate in the smell.
Okay, cool.
Would anyone like to take a look around the room while Creed is doing his analysis?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Let's give this a roll. That is a success on Aaron's front. So, whereas there's nothing on the bodies, or even tucked away in the furniture that's all been ransacked, you can find actually under the bed, because you were that particular enough to look everywhere. You find what looks like actually looks like something you've seen probably Lapata fiddle around with, or Roy. It looks like an Android kit, repair kit. That's kind of opened. A couple of tools are out on the ground, and what looks almost like a flute.
Okay, I found a repair kit and a possible musical flute.
It's her. It's fucking harpoon arm lady. fucking Moby bitch.
Moby bitch. No.
Incredible.
I wasn't ready.
That's it. Session's over.
At the end.
Roll credits. Let's go.
Hell of a cliffhanger to head on, but. Okay, so you're pointing out what you found?
Yes.
Who are you showing it to?
Is Phoebe still in the room?
I'm around, yeah.
I want to call you over.
Yeah. Is there any easy way to tell if somebody's a robot? Like, if you give them a scan?
If you had the scanner to do it, yes. There would be scanners. Some people know kind of more what things to look for. Or obviously, or the obvious one, you can injure them and maybe find out.
Well, the lady that we ran into before, she bled red blood, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like she made a dedicated effort to like put fluids and coloring in to give her red appearing blood. So,
but we have two people who can analyze chemicals for us. Would we be able to tell the difference between dyed android milk and
Oh.
and blood.
Yes, it would become very apparent very quickly if it through a chemical analysis.
Fuck yeah. And Phoebe's gonna turn to her crew and sign, well, looks like we're on an android hunt, gang.
Again.
Okay.
I think she's gonna pull out the harpoon gun and give it a kiss.
Arr, she be out there, the great white whale.
I'm gonna collect the flute thing in an android repair kit just so that we have them.
Yeah, no, absolutely take those with us.
Is it actually a flute?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Flute.
Flutish.
Flute light. Dude it. Do.
It's
Very.
actually just a shitty recorder.
Oh, it could have been like a weapon, a weird weapon.
But so you head back out into the hall, right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So Caitlin kind of looks at everybody and just Lapata would have seen him get a little bit more restless as people were going in and out and questioning was like, what is that smell? And sees everybody will walk out and just asks, well, what did you find?
Phoebe is gonna show the pictures. Do you know these folks?
Yeah, they're friends of mine.
Cool. And she's gonna take out her. She's gonna grab his wrist and then take out her knife to poke the middle of his hand. You submit to a blood test.
Went from alien to the Thing really quick.
Yeah.
She doesn't really wait.
He doesn't wait, and regardless of what he says,
Well, and
it starts with a, well,
Creed.
wait a minute, and it's white.
right.
The gasp.
He didn't need to be in the medical bay at all.
Now, I'll have you know, we just found an android repair kit in their quarters, and we found both their necks snapped. So, you had better say a lot of words real fast.
Gonna back up
It's
and
good.
give him a gun barrel in this direction.
I have my harpoon gun at the ready.
He just looks around at everybody and actually very wide-eyed, like, but you think I did it? Why would I?
I don't have a plausible reason for why you wouldn't. Like I said,
Probably because I worked for them?
fuck.
I was their analyst. I wasn't lying. I said I was looking for them. And I guess, well, now I found them. Or you have. Oh, fuck, are they really dead?
You are welcome to look.
I would like to try and roll manipulation even. Just to see if I can see if this is like, yes, of course. His best attempt at like lying or at actually showing emotion. Honestly, I'm like, can I use Comtech instead?
Comtech? Oh no.
No.
I'm gonna have to veto that one, Chief.
Oh, no, but manipulation got 2 successes.
2 successes?
Mm-hmm. So I'll do with ease next time, I believe, is one of the things I can do.
Give me a moment.
Sure thing. To prep the combat table for when this guy snaps.
No, more like I have to check
Oh, of course.
some things.
Let me just double check.
He is putting up a hell of an act. But it is an act. And you are watching as something you didn't think was possible was happening. An android is sweating.
Hey, Commander. I'm not a tech guy. I mean, I am a tech guy, but I'm not really a tech guy, you know what I'm saying? When they start letting androids get sweat glands, unless they were trying to mimic a human being and blend in, because they were, lying.
I'm gonna punch a hole through this motherfucker's chest.
Well, that will only temporarily stop him.
Yeah. But
Or
then I'm gonna take a shovel and cut off his limbs, and then what's he gonna do? Bite my legs off?
Can the repair kit be used to disable him?
I'll bleed on you.
With milk.
I'm also. I don't know about the twins, but I'm not convinced those twins are humans.
Mm-hmm.
The kit, very well, if utilized, could disable him.
I want to try to quietly suggest that or sign it to Phoebe.
I already know sign language. You're not like making a secret of it. I think as soon as it's out there that this guy is capable of lying and sweating, there is nothing you will do to stop Phoebe from punching a hole in him so he can't get away.
So are you quite literally shooting him with that harpoon gun?
At point blank, yes.
You got the string?
You know what?
0
Do I have to
100.
roll on this android table?
How is he sweating?
Or I guess the other question
It's more
is...
figurative than literal.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. Well, I was gonna ask.
I'm fine with it
what-
going literal.
Yeah.
That's
What?
fine.
What flavor of sweat water do they have to replicate this stuff?
Give me a second. I have a spade, harpoon gun. Do I have? No, I just have fire grenades. That's not what I want here. It's still a harpoon gun. Do you want me to roll an attack with that, or are you gonna do something funky first?
No. No, you catch him kind of off guard. Because again, his brain's trying to process the fact, oh no, I have been found out, and where do I go from here? I have been discovered. And you let the harpoon gun fire and punch a hole through his chest. All the equivalent of internal organs that a synthetic has kind of pour out of the wound. And he gasps up some of that white viscous liquid. And kind of clutching at his chest, takes a knee.
Now I imagine Hunter's like, wait, we can disable him with that. And
Yeah.
she'll just kind of gesture like I have at it.
So yeah, disable him. And I guess we should let Phoebe know about the twins.
We're working up to it. I mean, is he
So-
just out of it, or?
He is still cognizant up until. Are you actively disabling
Yes,
him
I want to disable him.
completely?
Well, so that we can do whatever we need to do to securely get information out of him.
We're gonna turn him off and be ready to reboot him where we can debrief him.
Yes.
Okay. So then, if you're gonna be the one doing it, then we're gonna need a comtech roll.
Okay.
And Lapata help out
Yeah,
on
I was
this?
gonna ask. Could
Yes, please.
Yeah.
You
I'm
can.
gonna roll Aaron's. You roll yours.
Okay. Let's see if 9 dice can get a success. 1 success.
Out of a grand total of 15 die, there was 1 success.
Oh my gosh.
No stress though.
I love this game.
Better than none.
It'd give you all stress for having to deal with this android bullshit again, but
Mhm. There was a murder mystery you had planned, and we're like, nah.
Punch a hole in an android.
so you punch a hole through this android and get to a point where between Hunter and Lapata, you disable him, so he's effectively offline. And you guys are able to move him wherever, and Vic's just kind of leaning back against the wall and observing this and lets out a low whistle. Like, impressive. It's almost like you've dealt with this before. Have you dealt with this before?
And Phoebe starts excitedly regaling him with the story of tearing off an android's arm.
I'm gonna.
He is listening emphatically and absolutely enamored.
I'm gonna radio to the rest of the team. Well, I guess Wilkes and take your pick. The rest of the team that we're gonna need 2 body bags and gurney or a big enough box to carry an android in.
It's at this point that Phoebe turns around and is like, "Where did the tube come from?"
Some teenagers picked it up.
Some teenagers?
I don't know. I think they're worth asking. They're stuck at the.
It's time to do a blood test.
They're stuck at the security checkpoint right now, so they probably shouldn't have gone anywhere.
If they're androids, they can probably overpower security.
Well,
Shit.
they didn't overpower us with all the questioning, and I was really annoying with the questioning.
Yeah.
Ask them to divide by 0.
I am not going to roll those dice.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's just leg it then.
Yeah, I trust the rest of the team to clean up this situation.
So we hoofing it?
We're legging it. We're doing another blood test.
Yep.
I'm ready, spaghetti.
What are we gonna... So we're gonna leave...
A deactivated android and 2 dead bodies with rats here.
Alright.
Thanks.
With Finks.
Finks is a consummate professional. This is well in his wheelhouse.
Bag and tag.
I guess we should also tell Mistress Sex that the need for
Screening.
checking people is over.
The nerds are dead.
Well, we'll see her on the way over, I imagine, or we can tell her radio team, the security team rather, to radio her.
Yeah, I think that's appropriate.
I'd rather, make sure we don't have 2 rogue androids.
What explicitly are you telling her?
We should probably tell her we have secured we've secured the two nerds, and we'll be extracting them to our ship.
Yeah, that's enough information.
If her team sees us carrying out 2 body bags, that is none of their concern.
3 body bags.
3, sure. I'm gonna handcuff them together and pretend and Weekend at Bernie's them out. Oh yeah, I know they are having too much to drink up at the hotel. Keep the sunglasses on.
The next.
Yeah. You get some rope tied together with like handkerchief.
Get him some really nice scarves.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, we're heading to that security checkpoint.
Just start like.
Let's
It's actually traffic control.
Oh, sorry.
So not that far of a walk.
Still should hoof it.
Yeah. We make it there in record time, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably.
Allegedly.
And yeah, these two, they're not really teenagers. They're like in their 20s, but
Children.
they've
Brain
got the
temperature
attitude.
25.
Then why are they trifling?
Mm-hmm.
Because your brains don't
Trifling.
mature until 25, so.
They're sitting in traffic control and arguing with security about how they're being wrongfully imprisoned. It's a heck.
It's a heck.
Greetings, heck. I grab one of their hands. I walk in like knife drawn. I grab one of their hands, yank it over to me.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Is it red blood?
Did you just stab your knife completely through his hand
Oh
or just
no.
prick it?
It's just prick.
Red. Are you
And
fucking
I'll-
crazy, lady?
And I just like turn the knife on them. Like, you want more?
What the fuck are you going around doing that for?
And I pull the arm closer to Creed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's take a look at that real quick and just take the blood sample and let's see if it is blood.
Hello, welcome raiders. Yes, it is, with your testing kit, yes, it is very distinctly blood.
Okay, so not fake android blood. Cool. You pass. What about the other one?
Oh yeah, probably should be thorough.
There's 2 of them.
I grab myself a wristful of other hand.
Using
They're
the
not,
fresh knife.
they are not happier than the other one, but same thing, it's blood.
Okay. They get a pass for now.
So why don't you start talking about where you found this here tube?
And Phoebe's gonna sign, and don't fucking lie to us.
You get that, or you need me to translate?
And still don't know sign language, but she looks real fucking pissed.
I just
Probably
like
a threat.
yeah. I just go to my pulse rifle and switch it off to safety.
Look, we broke into a room in the hotel and found it.
What else do you find in that room?
Couple of bodies. You happy?
No, honestly, I thought it'd be much sunnier today.
What did you do with the contents of the urn vial?
There was nothing in it.
I'm gonna go ahead and make a manipulate check to see if that's some bullshit.
Go forth, do great things.
I click the button, but nothing's
You
happening.
have to make sure you use an modifier.
Oh, there. It puts the modifier on a different screen. Whoop. I'm gonna push that roll.
Come on. Give us a
No.
For those of us
No
at home, that
whammies.
first roll was nothing.
That was big old goose eggs all the way across. That's another set of big old goose eggs, but I have a talent that lets me push these rolls twice. Here we go.
Third time's the charm. Let's go.
Ready, spaghetti.
Hey!
One success.
One success.
They are very sincerely telling the truth. They found those bodies. We found them. We just look. We didn't want people thinking that we did it, so we just kind of took their shit and left.
Anything else from the hotel room that you took?
Some cash. Their tickets.
Data pads.
No. There wasn't anything like that there. Just the urn, the money, the tickets.
Still clear, don't worry.
Where was the urn at? Where was
It
it?
was
Oh.
It was in the closet.
All right.
God.
You're lucky this didn't go worse for you. And she gives the signal to circle up. She gets on the horn to our pilot and says, "We're ready to get out of here."
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, Cap, but that's gonna be a hot minute. And everything kind of goes dark and rocks as there are several collisions around the bluff. Ships making contact. Whether they're being shot down or actually landing. And a quick look outside from your vantage point at the tower is that you are very quickly being surrounded and swarmed.
I'm gonna guess those ships aren't the friendly USS, but rather say some very proletariat leading things on them, like sharer of the breadsticks.
There's
Unlimited soup and salad at Olive Garden.
a number of crocodiles and ox vehicles. You can see that the phalanx had gone down on the auxiliary pad, and Nina and Carvalho are kind of trying to hold a defensive. Nina defending him while he tries to get that phalanx back online. And you see a couple of odd drop pods marked from the USC MC, out of which look like giant exoskeletons. You've actually seen these before. You saw it back in the cavern trying to pry an alien out of a pod.
Is there any way I could run like a quick scan on that fluid that we took out of the thing?
Of the liquid?
Yeah.
The most you could really do with it is determine that it is a biological hazard. Like, you do not want this to come into contact with people.
Okay.
As for discerning exactly what it is, it would require more extensive testing.
Keep that safe.
So are we getting invaded by those things from that cavern planet?
No, you are being surrounded by Union troops.
Okay.
You've got a couple of those mecha suits trying to ward them off, but they're also getting squashed just by the sheer numbers, and the ship's managing to land hit after hit now that that phalanx is down. And this is kind of a situation where you're just trying to figure out, like, okay, what are the vantage points? Where can we go? Where do we hole up? Do we pull back? How do we get Martinez down here to extract? How do we get this information that we have off the planet?
The first thing that Phoebe's going to have somebody do is radio to Finks and tell him to. I assume the based on what I've seen of the alien universe, if we get the head of that android, we're ready spaghetti, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll just message him and be like, take the head and get out. The android head and get out.
All around us, or are they all just coming in from the loading area?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
So there's some on the bluff side. I don't have enough tokens to put on the board for this, but just imagine that this whole board is like covered.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was just curious if we couldn't like get in ship services, get in some trucks, and beat feet inland. But if it's all around us, yeah, we're fucked hard.
you are surrounded, and comms are going off. Carrie, the traffic control agent, and the doctor, everyone's fucking going crazy trying to figure out what to do. Even the ship, the evacuee ship that was just on that landing pad is obliterated along with everybody on it. And you guys are holed up and trying to station where you can. You can see Nina and Carvalho actually start to retreat to inside the borders. The phalanx essentially being a lost cause as the troops start to move in. And then over the radio chatter, so I heard you fuckers needed an extraction.
Who dat?
That is your old CO, Corporal Bob Ross, as he and as his ship, along with several others, just kind of swoop in and start engaging in air fire with the other ships that are in the air. There's railgun fire all across the ground, kind of pushing those troops back, and you do get a clear way for... And Martinez comes over the comms like, if y'all are getting on board, you better start hauling ass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I get confirmation that we have the android head?
You don't get confirmation from Finks at all.
Oh.
Fuck.
I'm sorry. So no head?
Fuck. Yeah. Lapata, we're going. You two, and she gestures to Creed and Hunter. Make sure we have a path.
Gun ready.
You always take me to the nicest places.
Got that fucking pulse rifle, baby.
Phoebe, like, pulls the slide, whatever, on the gun, and is like, you know you love me.
Oh, well, it's terrible to lie before you go and die. So, yeah, let's go find us an android head and whatever's left of Rat.
Let's fucking go.
You're going after to find things?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That is. I'm hoping to find Sergeant Sax as well, but I don't know if I'm gonna be that lucky to find a fucking traitor on the path.
Mm-hmm. One of these blonde women will betray me.
Yeah.
You do actually find. So she is pretty much holed up at this checkpoint with her commando and some of the other officers, just to making sure that this point is held.
Okay, then I won't shoot her.
Not this time.
But you make your way to the hotel, and Finks is in the hallway, unconscious. Has a bloody mark on his forehead, like he'd been slammed against the wall. And the head of Maitland is gone.
Damn.
God damn it, Meg. I gave him one job.
Well, clearly somebody else was better, although it looks like he put up a hell of a fight because there are bullet holes all around this hall and empty casings. So
firemen carry this sad sack out of there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just put a band-aid on his head. It's fine.
If you give him Tylenol, I swear to God.
We put a bandage on it.
he has to be conscious to get Tylenol.
Mm-hmm.
That's our only saving grace at this point.
Sorry, is there any sign of, like, I don't know, I'm immediately thinking one of those big goddamn gorilla-looking exosuits.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Where'd the body go?
The head is gone. The body is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody had my idea just second and more effectively. I'm gonna do a quick observation roll on the off chance that we can catch up to this punk.
I'd also like to do this.
I would like to too.
You were clearing a path, I believe.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I just rolled a little alien. And
4 successes!
Give me what's all the fancy stuff you can
All
do
the
with observation?
stunts? Okay, yeah. Sorry. I know we're trying to, like, close up here, but, like, okay, is it coming for me? Are there more of them close by? How do I get in past away? All 3, please?
Do a backflip.
Do a backflip. You catch a black suit disappearing around a corner. Definitely further into the compound.
I don't see it in time to shoot it with a harpoon gun.
No.
But it's, like, round in the corner, like, going away from us, like, a good distance?
Yeah. Like, if you're at the hotel, they're on the other side of the power station.
Damn it.
Okay.
I'll just, like, smack the ground. Someone nabbed him. Black suit. Oh, tawny mother. We gotta go. We ain't finding him.
Phoebe has got Finks and is ready to leg it.
We leg.
You leg it, and Martinez basically hovers the 13th off the ground long enough for you guys to load up and take off. And you're secure, but she is having to engage in some of that firefight. And you can watch from inside your little dropship as your Marines are successfully starting to push the Union back. So, any reservations about whether or not these people were actually going to be able to survive and get evacuated? You can reasonably hope that they do. And believe that they will. You'll probably get an update later, but your primary objective has been completed. So how much or how little you guys care about them is up to y'all.
I'm really sorry. Who are we caring about?
Right.
Listen, I was hoping the not doctor was at least likable.
Yeah, no, everyone else.
Yeah.
I'll.
Yeah.
I'm happy to get not doctor and air traffic control lady on
Yeah.
board.
Just drag them.
Just
Drag
pick
them
up.
with you.
Back, piggyback. Let's go.
And are you gonna quite literally just throw them over your shoulder if they try to resist?
How are they gonna resist?
They're kind of worried about the people, so.
Phoebe about to cave woman these ladies. Oink.
Oh, lady.
Shanghai.
And
So we've successfully abducted 2 civilians, guys.
We'll
it's
get,
fine.
It's fine. You evacuated. I don't know. Do we have any extra seats? We could just take a small group with us of people, like those in immediate medical need.
The dropship will hold up to 20 people.
I think the thing that we say to the doc is anyone who can move right now. And if Phoebe has to stand, so be it. She'll drop Finks in a chair and hold on to the rail.
Okay, then very frantically they kind of pull people out, realizing unfortunately this is a you have to choose situation. Everyone else is kind of panicking, and anytime a ship comes down on the landing pad, and there's a couple of them that do come down in the process, they're flooding out trying to evacuate. But you guys grab your doctor, your traffic control, and a handful of the injured folks that are still capable of moving, and load up the Friday the 13th and take off. Soon enough, you are aboard the Tambetum again. Roy is on board, helping manage everything. Everyone getting reports from a number of the new ships that have entered the fray, including Ross coming over comms and coordinating things, and just keeping tabs on the evacuation effort. You pretty much, Creed and the not doctor, what is her name? What the hell did her name her?
Not doctor.
Been saying not doctor too
I
much.
realized
Forgot her own
through all of that, Creed didn't ask her name.
Alanya Williams. Alanya Williams is her
Took
name.
kind of a bonk to the head.
Escort her and these injured to medbay. You guys are race scrambling, doing what it is you feel like you need to do. But that is effectively it for this mission. It wasn't entirely a success, but you completed the objective.
We did find them.
You did find them. You achieved the objective. And that is, with our epic rock music playing in the background, that is where we're going to leave it for tonight, guys. So if we want to go ahead and start back in that top left corner and work our way around and give outros.
What's up, everybody? I'm mad as hell and legendary vermin. You can find me mad as hell on all the places on the internet that matter, which is, of course, Itch, Twitch, and Twitter. Normally I'm releasing a bunch of games, so you can check those out on itch.io. There's a lot of fun stuff, small stuff, pretty easy to get into stuff. If you're ever wondering, where can I watch Vermin stream next? A great place to find that out is legendaryvermin.com/live. Big stuff that's coming up. On Saturday of this week, I'm going to be playing It's not Locust, it's Locust. So you'll get to see me be a nun. That'll be fun. In a horror campaign, or a horror one-shot. Even funner. Then next Saturday, you can catch me on the Against the Light with Meg, where I'll be a big bird lady. And I believe Monday of that week, I also have... no. In 2 Mondays, I have the Madness Calls It Forth, which is sort of a Wolf Among Us noir style game that is getting twisty and turny the more we get into it. Very fun stuff. I'd look up the exact dates, but my cat is all over my earphones right now. So I'll pass it off to Skelly.
Hi, I'm Skelly V. I played the not doctor, oh my god, words. Private first class Irving Creed tonight, and I'm also mad and also sorry, kind of trying to deal with a naughty child right now. You can find me... This is pretty much my only campaign going on with TPK, so whenever Alien's happening, I'm happening. But if you want to see occasionally art, you can go ahead and follow my Twitter at SkellyV, and that's kind of all I got going on right now, outside of my day job. So, and go ahead, Turk.
All right. Hey, everybody. I am Turk, or Turk Accented. I was playing Kieran Lopata, your Comtech specialist and general.
Corey? Corey Lopata?
Corey? Oh, which Lopata am I again? Corey Lopata. Different Lopata. There's a whole... Yeah,
A completely different character.
completely different character, except...
Completely different.
Well, there's some similarities. Anyway, building of Lopataverse coming to theaters eventually. But if you want to see me do more crazy stuff and you enjoyed sessions like this, then I have some great news, because tomorrow I'll be taking my own shot at some military horror kind of things, as I will be running a Delta Green scenario called Caligari over on Nat 20 in a kind of series of one-shots that I'm calling The Department. If you've never heard of Delta Green before, it's a modern-day take on Call of Cthulhu, and it's a really fun system that allows the players to do a bunch of really silly, goofy stuff, and you can watch as a bunch of fully competent military men are brought down to their base animal instincts to survive and fear. So, it should be a good time.
Does this count as game prep for you?
Yes, actually, I'm counting it anyway, because, I still need to do a lot of work. But it's all going to be fine, and hopefully be a good time, so if you want to check out that, I would be super appreciative. But also, of course, check out Queen's Gambit here as well on the same day. Saturday into Barovia, because I am not giving myself any breaks this week, and certainly not giving me any breaks with the horror aspect towards the end of the week here, with some Curse of Strahd and Dark Echoes. We've just completed a big portion there where we all nearly died, thanks to Saint. So again, that also is game prep. And we'll have a recording for Core Hearts that same day, so we'll continue to be hyped for that. Following into Sunday, Hopewell Harbor, one shot with run by Harrison, and having some excellent people there. Finally, on Monday, my Death March ends, and I will be one of your hosts for Iron DM in the latest competition there between Osiris Franco and Zipperon Disney, as we put them head to head to see what kind of one shot they can make in a very short time frame, and then between the 3 judges and you, the viewers, will decide who moves on. So definitely check it out. The last time was absolutely amazing. If you haven't gotten a chance to see Foxy and Saint go at it, they made some excellent stuff, and I'm sure both contestants will be putting on their A game this time as well. But there's a bunch of other stuff that's coming up in March, but I've already spoken entirely too much, so I'm going to throw it over to my very good and safe and rule-following comrade, Janie.
Janie, I play Private First Class Hunter, who she follows all the rules. Sometimes excessively.
Until it comes down to blatantly lying and not following the rules. Then semantics.
Yeah. I mean, she's a team player. Especially if she likes her team. She likes all of you. I know that didn't sound convincing, but it was supposed to be. It sounded really not convincing, but I swear it was. And if you want to find me, tomorrow I'm on Weave the Tale playing Pathfinder. Friday I'm running a horror, like a kind of a modern horror game over on Black Feather Guild's YouTube. And Sunday, I think it's Sunday. Is it Sunday? I'm playing in that Locust game. And I don't know what I'm doing past that. So follow me on Twitter, JProp7575.
And with that, folks, I am Meg Mysteria, and I have been your game mother for this evening. As far as where you can find me on our Discord, where some lovely person is going to probably drop the command for it, causing a ruckus, ranting about Alien, or you can follow me on Twitch, on Twitter, on Itch, all under Meg Mysteria, where I will be keeping y'all updated as far as what's coming up. We've got Against Light in a couple of weeks with, like Berman said, and then in about a month we'll come back around for our next installment of The Hubris of Man, and I will continue to make my players hate me.
Only mostly.
We don't hate
Only
you.
mostly.
I never
We
hate
just
you.
hate your decisions.
Yeah, there you go.
I live for making them hate me, if you can't tell that. But I think that will sum it up for the night, guys. Stick around. We're probably going to throw a raid up, but that is it. I hope y'all have a good night.
See you next time.
Bye.